Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday, welcome back to the stream. Katie Cat's here to welcome you back also. In her eternal words. Meow. Hi. Hello everybody, make yourself, thank you for the 23-month resub, nearly 2 years, thank you so much. Hello Hazel and Miss Kira. I have a job, who would have thought? Not me. Congratulations. Happy time rift o'clock. Indeed. Maybe it's unwise of me to do these at the top of the stream because I always find myself torn between focusing on really settling in and doing a nice intro and also not wanting to be one of those people that's like AFKing and, you know, the reason that you barely get a green box. So, like, the smart thing to do would be, like, maybe, Hazel, just leave the 9 o'clock one alone and come back. You know, there's more. But no. I don't think I've done one yet this week, so I should get the weekly bonus as well. I have the quest for it. Juicy Snug Bubble, thank you for the 8-month resub. And Janahita with a 41-month resub, thank you so much. Happy trading post day. Hope you and Kira are doing well. Also, Kanar with a 12-month resub. Happy 1 year. Thank you guys so much. Cat smile. Happy tendies on the store day. I have no idea what I'm going to purchase. Because I A, haven't done the math, B, there's too many things, and yeah, it's just a two-part list. It's just A and B. Gather advanced Titan gizmos. Well, that's not what I'm doing. I did it on Monday night. My awesome raid team friends, Cranker Some Keys, got KSM for the first time ever. Congratulations, that's awesome. Congrats. How did your raid go? How was the fire? Just buy more tender from the store? Yep, there is that. Oh. I'm cuddling. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that, but I'm not, like, angry enough to, I don't know. I don't really do angry. I do spiteful lack of purchasing. I won't buy it. There's that. I do think it's like a real clever thing for them to do though, like if they can survive the backlash, which I'm sure they can because I'm sure they can, is not only have they found a way to sell tender and to make it very much like this constant continual rotating FOMO thing that people can buy cosmetics from, but they've also managed to find a way to destigmatize them as shop items because functionally, assuming that you can, and mind you, there's a limited amount you could purchase at a given time, but still, assuming that you can buy tender for money, all of the things that are on the trading post are functionally extra shop items, but they're destigmatized because there's plenty of people that wouldn't be caught dead in an actual shop transmog. But if you're wearing one of the bracers that maybe is going to come back in on the post later, or if you're just wearing a trading post thing, no one walking by you is going to know whether or not you spent money or in-game, you know, you just used your free stuff. And that's been technically true for a long time because you were able to use gold to get WoW tokens and you could use those to buy cosmetics. But I feel like that didn't destigmatize them as much as this is gonna. Build a purification forge, you betcha. Turned on notifications, said no when you go live. It failed me. I never got the notification. Twitch notifications suck. I don't know what the deal is. They work sometimes, but for my entire amount of years on Twitch, there has always been reports of that. They've never really managed to fix it. I've always kind of wondered if they're trying to algorithmically mess with notifications and trying to only serve you notifications they think you're going to click, and if that's something to do with it, because otherwise I feel like it's an easy fix. Build a purification forge. Just build the forge. You know, just take out your hammer and your forge materials. Oh, I see the flags now. Okay, I thought those were something else. No, that's a gun rack. Damage very high. We like very high. Good point. Now never wearing anything obtainable with tender. It'll save you some transmog farming if you just pretend the whole thing doesn't exist. I feel like it would save a lot of grief. No, those are weapon racks. Build a purification forge. There's a mutagen orb. I don't know. I don't have big hopes. I have medium hopes. Go to the forge. Yeah, just go to the forge store, buy a forge. For a brief moment, I thought that was actual advice, and I was like, wait, where? We need more coffee. Extra action. Oh, there we go. Thank you. What a weird quest. All right. Great Glorious Alliance. That I know how to deal with. Stood in some fire Mondays, scared the top DPS a warrior by creeping up to 135k on the meters. Nice. Jordan Ada, thank you for the 14-month resub. Really appreciate it. And Siebes with a 31-month resub. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Thanks for the brilliant content. Best wishes on house acquisition. Oh, thank you. Deeply unhappy but unsurprised by this change. Brilliant from a business perspective but feels so gross. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's kind of scummy, especially after the stink they made about how, no, we're not going to sell tender. We just might include it in bundles. Like, you know how when you buy a collector's edition, there's a bundle? Yeah, no, it is bald. It's bald and it's bold and it's going to work. And I am, I'm no authority on ethics in video game cosmetic microtransactions, so it's not going to change my life, but I think they're not having my $5 or probably $9 Canadian, if I had to guess. Yeah, okie dokie. We need more coffee. Twitch notifications on my phone are consistently accurate for whatever reason. Get a pop up on my lock screen. Watching the podcast this morning, they had a good discussion about all of that. Tenders with some extra and small and not cosmetic. Yeah, the fact that it's just like, here's 2 wrists and they'll be on the shop later. Like there's an opportunity for good spin there of like, hey, we're putting something up for sale that you could maybe get for free. Like they're just trying to, I don't know. If I had to be devil's advocate, I would say that of the different cosmetic microtransaction shops of the different games of the world, I did prefer the ones that allowed me to get some of the same stuff for free at maybe a slower rate, because I would just do that and I would not give them the money. So there's, that's the mild silver lining. Yeah, I feel bad for people that are like 100% completionist collectors that don't feel like they have any flux with their own stuff. Hello Hazel, how are you? Hello Audie, how are you doing? Nammy Whammy, thank you very much for the 37-month resub. Happy mathing years. Cheers. Glad you like Mistborn. You should try out Trees of the Emerald Sea by Sanderson. People recommend Stormlight Archives a lot. People say, I don't know who, but I've been told that that's the next one that I should do. Is Trees of the Emerald Sea a series? It is a standalone? I'll be stuck in Lord of the Rings for a while. I'm still in the forwards. I read the entire forward to the second edition or whatever that was just talking about various print errors in the history of it. And it wasn't even noting the specific errors. It was just like, well, this print had errors and then they reprinted it. And then this printer decided to not check with the publisher. So then new errors happened in here. And then in this year, they digitized it. And that solved some of the errors, but it made new ones. And I read the whole thing because I was like, well, I'm just trying to get tired for bed anyway. Yep, this'll work. Hi, sweetie. You want to lay down? Okay. Am I going to make it? Yeah, I'm gonna make it. It's the first of the Secret Project books. I've not heard of those. That is kind of an epically long storyline. Yeah. I've now proceeded into the foreword that's just general notes about hobbits. Seems like the thing to catch you up if you didn't read The Hobbit. And mind you, I've read The Hobbit many times, but not recently, so I'm content to read about the history of their government and the various farthings and etc. Ooh. Oh, I got a duplicate. But you know what? It's a dupe of the 402 weapons. It's not like a transmog for the sake of transmog. It's not like just an appearance. I got a sword, a 2-handed sword, but I'd already had it. So that's not the worst thing. I also have a dilated time capsule. The other thing I want to know, here, let's leave the thingy, is I want to know if we did, yeah, I did one time rift, and that gave me some tender. I was thinking that might do it. Apparently you can get some for doing Little Scales Daycare dailies, so that might come into play. I think the things I'm going to do, I'm not going to plan it out the same way that I did last time. I'm gonna just wing it and then have regrets. And then next month I'll plan it out and I'll be like, remember last month when it was a mess and I didn't know which things I was doing? Okay, so I can open a box. I can open a box. We didn't get the purple box. I have 2 encapsulated destinies now. That's kind of nice. And then that box contained a 3rd one. It's a good thing those aren't unique. And then the flakes plus reputation. So I want to use my flakes. 1, 2. Oh no, I only have 2, not 3, just 2. I don't know where I got 3 from. Oh, pardon me. One of these things, I'm confusing the time capsule with the destiny thing. Pardon me. What else do I want to do? I want to see how many flakes I have, because I've just been buying things. I have 1,600 flakes, so we're gonna save. We're gonna continue to save. Is there anything else I want to buy on this vendor? These things are not BOA, eh? There's no real thing for me to do except for just buy pieces for Mog. I suppose I'll get a helmet. Add that to my appearance collection. Standalone. Reimagining of Princess and the Bride. Very fun. Oh, cool. I swear, he writes books faster than I could ever read them. Excited for Blood Trail Druid? I'm kind of debating whether or not I need a new alt just to wear this, or if I need to like redesign one of my alts to wear it when I do get it. The Blood Trail set that you get for filling the bar, because I love it very much. I think it's really cool. But that's going to get in the way of all my transmog farming. That was the other thing I wanted to mention, is one thing that I want to do is I want to find all the trading post tender I can get while transmog farming. So 25 raid bosses. I think I'm actually already 20 in because I just did some Legion LFRs yesterday just for fun. Listen, man, it's going to be a 5th druid. Is there a quest I have to do to start running them? I think you just go out there, and you'll pick up the quest at Tearhold Reservoir, but you can really just jump in and start doing them. The quest is just for a little weekly bonus. Oh, you know what we can do? Here, we'll do the daily first, and then we can go stick our nose in the Scare Vaults and see if we can find another Old Gods in the Ordering of Azeroth annotated to go with our first Old Gods in the Ordering of Azeroth bracket annotated. Close bracket. I'm not salty at all. Okay, Scrawled Runes Dispelled. I don't know if this is what they mean by dailies. I'm assuming so. I still haven't hatched the Bronze Whelp. I've kind of been putting it off. I haven't felt like I have the time to look after him, so I figure maybe I should just let him not hatch yet until I can, give him my full care and attention. I have 2 whelps. That's some amount of whelps. Blood Troll Mog doesn't put the blood feet on the trolls. Oh, that's funny. Is that ironic or is that just bad luck? A little confused on why getting a second one is worth the time. Like a second whelp, a second druid, a second... What else could we be talking about? Probably something I said with my own mouth like 8 seconds ago and I've already forgotten. Oh, the second book. Oh, to find out if it's been retroactively hotfixed, but not like retroactively hotfixed. I don't have a ton of hope that I'm going to log in one day and they will have done a hotfix that recognizes this was in my bags. And I'm not going to put in another ticket because I already put in a ticket and they told me to kick rocks. So, I feel like my best chance of getting this achievement is to do it again. Hope it gets fixed, put it in the bank. I've done all the stuff. I've put it in the bank. I've vendored it. The only thing I didn't do was delete it and try and restore it because I feel like item restoration doesn't pick up random stuff like that. Maybe it does. But I don't want to risk it. So I'm just keeping it in my bags until I find another one. Thank you very much for a gift sub, congrats, Jeff. Bronze Whelpling has allergies, poor thing. Oh dear. Oh, okay. All right. We're going to grab a few of these. Oh, I'm doing more than one daily. They're having me do all kinds of stuff. Well, okay. Did you see that Scoots got an account warning for asking a GM why they couldn't help them? No! Wild. Scoots. This isn't somebody who's like throwing down tantrums on the forums. She's like the most reasonable lady ever. Oh my gosh, when the Bronze Whelp sneezes, he travels the time ways. All right, you guys are kind of selling me on him. I need just toys collected. I'm not cut out for this. Did we, yeah, we did one. I could just not worry about the rest of them. It's for like 5 flight stones. Never mind. You guys can deal with that on your own. This one. I'm juggling 4 whelps now, I think. Saw there were new mugs from Trial of Style. I'm gonna have to do Trial of Style then. When is it? I know it's soon. Is it now? No. Yes! It is now! But I'm busy. This is really gonna get in the way of me running old raids for Transmog for the next 17 years. Doing it right now. It is now. More of the boots that can be used with troll feet. Lasts all week. But I have no patience. Okay. So much to do. I just need to learn to relax. You know what my problem is? I get stressed whenever I'm trying to hold more than like 1 or 2 things in my brain. So if I feel like I have a bunch of pending tasks and I don't have them written down or anything like that, it kind of fries me because I feel like I'm juggling because I know if I stop thinking about it for 8 seconds, it's going to be gone forever. So I work extra hard to try to like keep track of it. But I just need to write down plans, even if it's just for something silly. Like, what am I going to do on WoW this morning on stream? I just need to like write it down because it makes me feel a million times better. Okay. I know this about like my to-do list, but I don't always do it for gaming. I sometimes do. Have chat write it down for you. Live and breathe by keeping lists. I need to clean my keyboard. I actually don't have any compressed air handy. I need to find out if there's any place I can walk to that carries it, probably. Or I can just order it. Alrighty, I want Oh, you know what? I have a beacon. Wow, that really wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it was a pretty good amount of damage, but it wasn't a one-shot. Great add-on called Notepad. Allows you to create basically post-it notes in-game. I might like that. That sounds very me. CurseForge. What's the harm, you know? Get more add-ons. What's one more add-on? Notepad. Install. How does it work? Let's get very important ATT progress. A lot of weird random daily things you end up doing eventually. I feel like my strategy for that is to flail around wildly in the dark and just hope that I get stuff. And then I feel like by the time that stops working, my list will be smaller. And then I'll be like, oh, geez, I should have been doing this daily for the past 14 years. And I'm prepared for that. I want to use my anomaly detector. Mark 1. And I want to have a little look-see. It's never on the ground floor. This book, I swear, is always on the 2nd floor if it's here. And the pair of books is always up higher. So I bet you anything, that one is Opera of the Aspects. That one is going to be Living Book. I know it. Yeah, that's a Living Book. They're here every week. That's Opera of the Aspects. That's Living Book. Those are the only 2 in here. All right, well, that solves that problem. Well, it doesn't solve that problem, but it checks that thing off the list for the week. Let us depart. You know what I want to do? Speaking of daily things that you do all the time, I've been doing Heroic Violet Hold. Just cause. You may as well. I'm not going to do it every day, but if I'm ever in the mood to do it. The one thing I really like about doing Heroic Violet Hold is that it is right here. Like, I don't have to go fly super far. I can just Hearthstone. I'll be right by the entrance. I really appreciate the low amount of travel time. So thanks, Heroic Violet Hold. Dungeon difficulty, Heroic. I bet you anything there will be a trading post thing, dungeons and raids. Yeah, 50 dungeon bosses. Challenge accepted. Gurot Squex? That can't be right. Maybe that's right. Grotesque? Thank you for the 14-month resub. Thank you for being you, Hazel. Thank you for the many months of wonderful content. I learned that when you zone into Heroic Violet Hold, you have to tell the lady to start it, otherwise nothing happens. Tomato, depart. Heroic Violet Holdmog. Shadowlands LFR is a thing now. I can barely get through BFA LFR. I'm not ready for Shadowlands LFR. If you wanted some more Mog. Didn't I post about that, I guess, in one of my news videos? I feel like I covered that when it came out. The 50 dungeon bosses are at level. There's a more extensive way. I haven't even tried the first way. Let me try Notepad before we start suggesting 14 different, more in-depth alternatives. Sometimes you just want to write some stuff down. By the way, how do I do it? Options. I don't actually know the command. I guess I can try /notepad. Maybe there's a button /notepad. Oh, that works. General notes. New. Note title. Oh gosh. Fear. Panic. Task sounds so dry. Traders. It doesn't have to be today. What else would I do? I wrote down Traders Tender Activities. I wrote down Trial of Style ? Hathbronze Whelpling, which is probably a later me thing, but at least I'm gonna write it down. What else am I actually in the mood for? I've been doing... Oh, you know what? Here. Let's save that for now. Have I reloaded? I didn't realize that saving the note would reload my UI. That's aggressive. Oh no, you're doing Violet Hold? Does it do that every time? I think I forgot about that part. I'm a chronic saver. Whenever I'm editing something, like my favorite is to do documents in like a cloud thing like Google Docs if I'm just writing like some notes to myself for a script because it like saves every like second. But if I'm like working on a locally saved file, like a video edit or something like that, Helena has a chance to drop me nothing on this character, so that's kind of bad luck. Although it did say that chain harness, I learned the unique ID, so that's okay. Yeah, I keep whatever the save keybind is real fast because I've lived too many lives where my software crashed or something happened. Sometimes even with the nicest computer and the most cleanly organized project, every once in a blue moon, the whole thing will just lock up and then die. And it's helpful if you have a recent save. So I save not after every edit, but pretty close to that because I can save in basically real time. It doesn't slow me down at all in Premiere, and I've become a very reflexive file saver. But when I save a project in Premiere, it doesn't reload my UI. At that point, just keep a notepad open in another monitor. Yeah. I, for whatever reason, would rather write something down on physical paper on my desk than do it on a monitor notepad. I don't know why. I do use like documents and notes and word processing on the computer for like projects, but just for casual notes. The problem with the digital notes is that I can very easily and willfully forget that they exist. So if it's something that I'm like trying to keep track of that I don't really want to do, but I know I should do, so I'm writing it down. If I write it in a digital note, it's gone. I will never see it again. It does not surface. Whereas if it's physically on my desk, and I don't let myself like recycle it, then I'm in better shape. Hear me out. A WeakAura for to-dos. That's how I got my profession knowledge. It was my profession knowledge WeakAura to-do list from Tama's Dragonflight Helper. It was good stuff. I don't really play any other MMOs. I have played some Final Fantasy XIV. I have played some Black Desert Online. Those are the two that I've probably spent the most time in the last 5 years. But it's very minimal. I mostly just play WoW. Born of the Northern Sea, thank you for the 27-month resub. Happiest of WoW days to you, Miss Hazel. I hope all is well. Thank you very much. Physical notebooks are my jam. I also just love an excuse to have physical notebooks and then to use them and then to fill them up and then to buy more. I don't know why I enjoy them so much, but I know I'm not the only one. Alright, he did not drop me in my mental the abyss. How rude. Wish they didn't add mounts this month so I could just get all the pets. I have a mount frozen from last month, and there's also, like, I have no idea what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna climb that bridge when I get to it. I'm just gonna get as much tender as I can while keeping my $5 and then, see. Do you do the thing where you get a nice pretty notebook, not use it because it's too pretty? I am aware of that tendency in myself, so I make myself desecrated immediately. I will go straight in and I will use the first page for anything as quickly as I can because I know if I make it like the nice notebook, I will never write anything in it. My Dragonflight notebook, the leather-bound one that I got as part of the press kit, or not press kit, what do they call that thing? PR? I don't know. Promotional thing they send to influencers. That is a lovely notebook. And because it's pretty, I don't want to use it for anything that's not like, you know, I don't want to write anything not pretty in it. So I do use it, but I don't use it very often. I will use my go-to, just my random, you know, I just grab things off of like the Canadian Tire school supplies section. Sure, B, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Happy half a year. Have you tried bullet journaling? Oh, you betcha. Oh, you betcha. Have I ever? Immediately draw the cool big S from high school on the first page. Yeah, you get it. Fancy art sketchbooks stay blank a while. I like how there weren't any additional letters to accompany the S. It was just an S. Didn't stand for anything in particular. Sailorn has legs and a belt for me on this difficulty. Would you like to drop me either of those things? Nope, okie dokie. There's another chest ID. Alrighty. You know what I want to do? Is I want to zoop on out of here, and I want to go do some more Legion LFR. I did Emerald Nightmare, and I did Nighthold, and I did Trial of Valor LFR already. That's how I got my 20 of 25 bosses done. So I can do Tumas Argyris LFR, and that'll give me some more, and I bet you there'll be Transmog too. Used to stick to it, but I fell off of it. Bullet journaling? The only reason I consider myself to have not technically fallen off of bullet journaling is I don't stick to any particular system or layout. I just kind of, and I don't even necessarily do it every day, but I evolve the layout as needed for my own brain and whatever it is that I'm up to on a pretty day-to-day basis. It will change week to week. I consider myself to still be bullet journaling as long as I'm still writing stuff down in the book. And then referring back to it. That's good enough for me. I like that it's very freeform. I feel like if I was trying to use a pre-printed like agenda or planner or whatnot, I think that would not go well for me. Have I done the Gates of Hell? I don't think so. Let me just double check though. No. Emerald Nightmare, Nighthold, Trial of Valor, but we have not done. Gates of Hell is definitely Teams of Sargeras. I am addicted to Excel spreadsheets, so I have all 17 of my tunes in a spreadsheet with all the things they need to do each week. I think I need help. I think you could offer your help to others as a service. Wow, character organization consulting. Okie dokie. Gorath, Harjatan, Mistress Sassine. Oh, she can give me a mount that I actually... This is technically a mount run. I do not have Mistress Sassine's Abyss Worm, and she can drop it on this difficulty. Goroth could drop me a belt on this difficulty. Harjatan could drop me a chest piece. And then Sassine can drop me a helmet, or if she thinks I'm real cute, she can give me an Abyss Worm. Good luck on the worm. Does all the things require some kind of setting up? It's nice to wiggle with the settings just to make sure that it's only tracking the things that you care about. And I like setting up a couple of keybinds so that I can pull up the interface or hide it at my own will, because I don't like the thing where it auto loads when you zone in somewhere. That stresses me out. I don't like that. But generally speaking, it's not like Plater where you need like a whole huge profile, and it's very personal. Like you'll go into your settings, pardon me, options, add-ons, all the things, and you'll just kind of check and uncheck the things that you want to collect. So I am not collecting heirlooms. I don't really care about heirlooms. I'm also not worrying about any of these general things. I'm not worried about like recipes or quests or, you know, flight paths. So I've unchecked all of that stuff. I have checked Drakewatcher manuscripts, I guess just for now. I don't know if I really care. And then, but yeah, it all has really thorough tooltips. So if you're confused about what any of them mean, you can mouse over and it will tell you. All right, would you like to give me a belt? Oh, I forgot. I was going to use the thing. He would not. Okie dokie. Harshatan's going to be like, what, down the hole? I think down this way. Nice warnings about things being overwhelming if you check them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the account mode that I'm using has a warning that's like, are you sure? It's okay. You don't have to. I finally tried one of the peppers that's growing on, not my indoor pepper plants, those haven't fruited yet, but I have a little outdoor pepper plant that I just stuck in a pot in the balcony. And it's like oddly enough sharing a pot with some lettuce, but like they both seem to be doing fine. So it's going all right. But it finally made like a handful of peppers, like just little kind of medium-sized ones, and I forgot what kind of peppers they are. I still to this point don't know. I tried using my Plant ID app and it was like, this is a pepper. And I'm like, thanks. Great. Appreciate the help. I did not get the thing I needed from Harshatan either. Let's go try Mr. Sassy. Anyways, I figured you know how I find out if this is a hot pepper. Eat it. It is a hot pepper. It's not one of those like big whole mouth heat peppers. It made me sweat like a little bit. My eyes weren't super running, so it wasn't like the hottest pepper I've ever had, but it was like a very tongue spicy. It was kind of like you dipped your tongue in acid. It was, it kind of felt like your tongue had been hooked up to some kind of electrode inducing, like electrical device that was shocking it. And I only ate like a tiny piece of it too. I didn't even eat the whole thing. So I think I need to make some chili or salsa or something that wants to be hot because those are too spicy to just eat plain for me. They hurt. Deleted all but one main when it became overwhelmed by the alts, which you could choose. Oh yeah, hide without deleting characters. I've often kind of wished, especially now that they've really improved the amount of characters we can have on one server, I've wished that they would give us some form of organization for them. It might seem a little too Windows to have them in like folders or whatever, but some way for me to organize them beyond just ordering them in a giant scroll list would make my brain feel better. But that is just me. The depth mother. Would you like to drop me a mail? I love Beacon. It's so good for this. No mail. And no helmet either, so that's kind of a bummer. But there's lots of transmog we can get from the next thing too. Let's do another wing. I've been kind of addicted to just running these Legion LFRs because you're like, I'll just do one wing and see if I get any mog. And you do it, and it's like so short and bite-sized, and then it just spits you right out here. You don't have any travel time. You can just be like, well, yeah, okay, I'll do another one. All right, let's send me back in. Send me back in. Random vegetables are the best. I want to try that pepper. It basically tastes like a bell pepper that's electrocuting you. Can you show what the mog looks like in your character? That's a good question. It looks like that. So I am a Drakthir. This is my visage form, so it's going to be like the human female model with some extra scales. The helmet's wild. I feel like the Wowhead preview had more under cleavage. Maybe they toned it down. The tattoos are pretty cool. I like the bottles. I like the little skull. And then you've got like the bloody feet. Yeah, it's neat. I like that. All the LFR up through Shadowlands is available. I don't know how annoying Shadowlands LFR is to do, though. It may be comfier if you go in with multiple people. I'm kind of happy in Legion LFR. I don't feel a need to really do a whole lot of BFA LFR. You can do it. It's just it's definitely not as, it doesn't fall over as easily as this does. So they also want me to do Sisters of the Moon, so we're gonna be turning around going this way. They could have dropped me leggings, the Inquisition. They didn't. And actually, I don't have any monk available from the last two bosses either. So what I should do is I should leave and I should get into another... There's no point in me killing these last two. Oh. It's okay, but it's not legacy loot, so loot isn't 100%. Oh, gross. Chamber of the Avatar? Was that what I wanted? I think it was what I wanted. You know when you learn about how a word that's been used for a very loose definition actually technically only means a very tight definition, but like generally speaking, common use is not as tight as that thing. So it's, you know, language evolves, so there's really no wrong answer. But once you know the technically wrong answer, every time it's used in the casual way, like your eyebrow twitches a little bit, even though it's like nobody cares. Despite the fact that I just used it incorrectly, I am that way with the word electrocuted. I found out at one point in my life that technically, and I could be wrong because I could always be wrong, but technically electrocuted means shocked with electricity to death. It implies that it was fatal, whereas if you did not die, you were just shocked. That is a fun fact that I've never been able to be free of ever since I found out, because many people use electrocuted when they do not mean to death. Oh, I can just teleport to the fallen avatar. That's nice. Knock, knock. Oh. Ha ha ha. Karma is a great example of a word. What LFR is this? Tomb of Sargeras LFR. Knock, knock. It's a lot of doors. I'm away with a lot of things, except ironically. May also be a semi-regional thing. That revelation is shocking. Surprised that you seem to hear electrocuted way more often than I do. Maybe it's just because I know people that were like installing appliances. Something, brother-in-law was electrocuted. Oh my god. No, he's fine. Just hurts. People do that with nauseated and nauseous. Oh, what's the difference between nauseated and nauseous? Siege LFR. Veil of the Eternal Blossoms. You know, up in the middle where Lorewalker Cho is with all the archaeology turn-ins used to be, there's NPCs there that will queue you into MOP LFRs. You may or may not need to phase your Veil of the Eternal Blossoms if you're in the wrong phase, and I don't know which one is the wrong one. Yeah, it might be literally Cho, but I'm just trying to describe the location. Leg guards are safe in power. Would you like to give me some legs? Sarah Lay, thank you very much for the 37-month resub. He did not want to give me some legs. I am not getting lucky with these. Was that the last one of this wing? I think it was. Chamber of the Avatar, Fallen Avatar. Kil'jaeden can give me some boots. What are the odds that Kil'jaeden wants to give me some boots? I think he's a different wing as well. Welcome back from your weekend. I had surgery this week. Binging your VODs in bed's been getting me through not being able to play. Well, I wish you a swift and smooth recovery. Look at all that loot. My bags are filling. I did the thing that I needed to, which was 25 raid bosses for Traveler's Log. That was what I originally was looking into doing. So we've actually, yeah, we've made it. I haven't even really super tried yet, and we've done a fair amount of this. I've somehow managed to do 8 of 30 quests. I wonder if doing the time rift contributed towards that, if that counted. We're gonna get rid of all of this. I'm just gonna be careful not to... Those two are my trinkets. I need those. I don't want a refund for that. I'll just delete it. I know. You keep your 40 gold. And then that one is a Nighthold LFR. Or not Nighthold, but just like a Nighthold BOE cloak. That I've been bottoming out the prices of because I feel like I'm gonna get more before I get less. And also I want to move them because I have no patience for relisting transmugs. No patience at all. Okie dokie. Another thing I could do is if I did 50 dungeon bosses, which, oh, that grant experience. Okay, so that doesn't, that doing what I'm doing doesn't count. Crafting orders is pretty easy. Should I just do that? Should I just send a bunch of those? Let's go back to Valdrakken. Nauseated means you're not feeling well. Nauseous means that you're making someone else not feel well. Oh, I didn't know that. I have been frequently... I almost never hear anyone say nauseated, but they generally mean the definition of it. I always hear people say, I feel nauseous. I've heard nauseating. Yeah. That's funny. It's almost backwards. Okay. We're gonna learn the splinter. I need to do 7 more work orders. I'm gonna be annoying about it. I'm gonna send my scribe a alchemy treatise work order, despite the fact that I really don't need any. I'm capped in alchemy knowledge as it happens, but I'm gonna send that. And then also, I guess, herbalism. That's gonna bring her down to 5. And then I'm gonna log on to my Inksy, and I'm gonna send one for tailoring and enchanting. Although I think I might be missing one of those treatise recipes, but maybe I'll learn it when I'm doing the rest of them. Is your craft sim working? It has been, yeah. Pet battles in Outland? Order the sturdy shovels for the Niffin quest? Ugh, I haven't been doing the Niffin quests. I know that I need the barter boulders for like the hat or whatever, but ugh, I don't know. I don't know. It's just the shovels are so annoying. Why can't the Niffin get their own stuff, you know? AbbyOxoCube, thank you for the 27-month resub. Hi, haven't caught a stream in months. Life's been lifing. Feels good to drop back in. Welcome back. Craftsman hasn't been working either. To be fair, I haven't tried since the weekly reset, so I'll take a look. Hang on. Treatise. Meow, meow. Don't worry, these are personal orders to myself. That's why I'm being cheap. Enchanting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 3 more. Well, actually, I could just do that a few more times. Although I'm not convinced that I have those. You are not paying yourself enough. Add-ons have been super weird lately too. You can make gold on the Niffin quest. There was a craft sim update yesterday. Oh, like selling the things that people need for them. Yeah. Did the craft sim update break it? I updated my add-ons this morning. Here, let me do a little quick scanneroonie. Scanneroni and cheese. Auctionator, full scan. And then take a look at my stuff. Morning, Hazel. Hope all is well. Good morning. Why do I need to put my nose in the Niffin affairs? I want... What do I want to do? Oh, I recently made myself an awesome stirring rod. I was excited because I was able to craft it with my own inscription, my alchemy tool. And it's going to help me have more multi-craft for when I'm doing my Drakathis transmutes. I'm quite pleased. What am I doing? Crafting orders. That's right. So I've got 2 public orders remaining. Do I have the stuff on me for this? I have some of it, yeah. Oh, I learned the enchanting one. That's handy because that's one of my that's one of my work orders. Create, yep, sure. I wonder if I know them all now. I might have done. Herbalism, certainly. Do you know where you picked up Aroni as a phrase? Is it just macaroni? No, I feel like that might be regional or just universal. You know, people talk about beefaroni. I don't know what they mean, but they say it. Looks like yours is working. Strange. It does look like it's working, doesn't it? How am I doing? I need 3 more? Is that right? Dragon Flame. Defeat Asperloth. Oh, hi, sweetie. You want back up? 3 more crafting orders fulfilled. Hi. I have 2 public orders I can do. Treatise on blacksmithing. Oh, they want me to put my metal in. No, not for that much gold. This is kind of a ripoff. But I'm feeling generous and like I want to just do it. Just for the sake of having done it. 40. Yeah, okay. It's a loss is what it is, but it gets me, well, I'm still going to need to do 1 more. Let's put in a work order to Inksy. And we're going to put it in for 1 Wildercloth bolt. I could have done this a bunch of times, and it would have saved me a bunch of time. And that's fine. Regular Wildercloth bolt. From one priest to another. I can't even give her my 2 of 3 Wildercloth. Parody, thank you very much for the 29-month resub. Gosh, it's been a very long time. Happy to be back in the Cozy Hazel streams. Welcome back. When do you know if you get your staff this week? Do you mean the Evoker Legendary? Because that's a fist weapon. I'll know tonight, though. You might mean something else, though. What's staff for the week? Okay, I got my treatises. I haven't been doing tailoring or enchanting knowledge in a long time. I've been slacking. That's a fist weapon? DIL has to mean Lego. Genuinely thought it was a staff. No, for whatever reason, it is a fist weapon. It's an int fist weapon. Alright. Oh, we gotta go to the tailoring board. That's right. Astria, thank you for the 32-month resub. Very much appreciated. Oh. Do I have the stuff to make this? Chef set? Yeah. 1, 2. Ha ha ha. Also, I can do the last crafting order. Is it a fist weapon because he used a gauntlet-looking thing? Maybe. Probably. You know more than me. I don't even know why we're not on Team Sarkareth. I don't know. Like, he's a Drakthir, I'm a Drakthir. Why can't we just make this work? I am learning the tailoring examples. We did the... I'm just having fun. We did the profession things. That's good. Yeah, this is a really easy month, even though you have some extra stuff to do. I think I might do the pet battles. Just the... Oh, if I win 1... Well, it's only for 50. If I win 15 straight pet battles, defeat Outland Tamers, but that's like a lot of them. I'm just going to do 15... Any uncommon rarity battle pet in Zaralek Caverns. Weird. No, we'll do this one. Let's just take Inksy. Why not? Also, I'm just curious if there are public work orders for this. No. I don't even know what I'm... No, there's none of these either. Funnily enough, I can actually make aspects enchanted Shadowflame crests. Draconium rods. I get distracted every time I log on to a character I don't usually play for... Oh. Yeah. No, this happens to me every time. I'm going to Stormwind. I believe the farmer title is from Mop. Mechanical Whelpling X3. Oh. Okay. From the farm minigame, I'm guessing. Is it a minigame? I guess it's a minigame. It's kind of daily questy. Nah. Yeah. I loved having the farm map. Yeah, I liked it a lot too. I love Evoker, but the transmog situation's about to break me. Make me swap. Yeah. This is my house. Much like real farming. Daily minigame. Hi, kitty cat. I have to grind her up with the cat. It's very important. I'm exalted, but there's still the possibility for rep decay if you don't keep up with your dailies. Hi. Hello. Meow. Alrighty. I'm gonna track pets. We're gonna find anything. I'm gonna pick out who I want to have obliterate stuff. I'm thinking Alarmo Dog. Yeah, let's have Clank do it. Well, yeah, let's have Clank do it. I lost that one. I wonder if somebody else did it. So the idea here is that you need to do 15 pet battles in order to get... Are those going to be frogs? So maybe birds, actually. The idea is that you need to win 15 pet battles, but they don't have to be of any particular level. So you can fight just like a level 2 frog that has no backline in a starter zone, and that will count. So this is a really fast way to get 200 points if you have any like level 25 pets, because you can just one-shot them. Rep decay, is that true? No. It was just an analogy. I was talking about my cat. This one, this real life cat. The joke is that if I stop petting her, she will think less of me. No, there's no actual rep decay in WoW. Spend non-combat time as Visage so I can have transmog. Yeah, I do the exact same thing. Can you explain about the level 1 pet scaling during pet battles? Not seeing that? Level 1 pet scaling. So it's not for every pet battle, but for... What is it? Shadowlands, BFA, and Dragonflight dailies. If you engage them with a team of all level 1 pets, like the World Quest Tamers, their teams should scale down to be level 1 also. They should scale down to be a similar level to your team. But your team has to be all low level in order for that to work. Unless I'm misunderstanding. Miss Kira having daily rep requirements makes so much sense. Hi. She's a happy kitty. I was gone all day on Monday, and then I stayed home all day on Tuesday, and she was so happy. She was like guarding the door, like, you're not leaving again. I won't let you. You can't slip by me. I know I'm blind, but if I stand right by the door, I'll know. Hi, honey bear. Kitty. Yeah. Maybe she wanted to leave instead. I've been warming her back up to her harness very slowly because it occurred to me that the last time I used her harness, I put her in a U-Haul and I drove her for like 7 hours or whatever to get her here. And she wasn't thrilled about that. So she would understandably be a little nervous about the harness again. So I've been bribing her into a good association with it once again. Not necessarily to really take her out for walks, because I think that'll be kind of tough because of the blindness, but I don't know. It just seems like a nice thing for her to enjoy. And maybe if she really wanted to and she didn't hate it, I could find like a quiet place outdoors, even if she just wants to sit with me like in her harness on the balcony or whatever. Just so I don't want anything to like spook her and lose her or anything like that, but seems like a pretty harmless thing to do. Yeah, she's always been an indoor cat. She's always been an indoor cat. What did you do to help your cat with a long drive? I read like 30,000 internet articles about it. I used the Fell-Away pheromone spray. I decided, because she hates her carrier, I decided it would be she would be comfier if she could be in her harness with a leash, so she wasn't like loose, but leashed in a harness, assuming I could harness train her, and then just in her own bed on my lap. Not while driving, but in the passenger seat lap. And that somewhat helped, although she was still furious the whole time. It's not going to be fun no matter what you do. That did help, though. Yeah, the indoor-outdoor cat thing is to some extent different perceptions in Europe versus North America. For a lot of reasons. It gets pretty controversial. For you, I'm surprised there are 30k articles on the subject. I'm probably exaggerating, but I did do a pretty good amount of research just because that's what I do. But whenever I'm stressed about anything or like nervous about making the wrong decision or just wanting all the information I can. I do think that I have now seen the profiles for every rescue dog in this city and in the several cities that are within a few hours north of me and east to approximately Abbotsford. I think I've reviewed all of them. I know which ones have lived with cats. I know how old they are. I know what sort of dogs they are. I know I'm insane is what I am. 9 of 15. We need a few more. I have a running list of an astonishing amount of different dog and animal rescues within that range, which is a pretty big range. Oh, man. Min-maxing, yeah. Imagine you one time meet one of those dogs in the street. I mean, it's possible that because I've seen them and because I've gotten to know what they look like, every now and then I'll see somebody walking a dog and be like, hey, is that so-and-so? And then I'll look closer and I'm like, no, it's not the same dog. But if I saw one of them, like, especially because I keep track of when they get adopted, I'll be like, oh, hey, this dog got adopted and this dog got adopted. And oh, good for this dog. That one's going to a home. And then it would be, if I see them, it'll be like seeing a celebrity. I'll be starstruck and be like, oh my gosh, is that Mustard? Did you adopt Mustard? How's he doing? It's possible. Adopted our new kitten from Abbotsford, BC, SPCA. Do you ever get recognized yourself? I don't think so. If I do, then whoever's recognized me has given me space and privacy and not approached me about it. I don't think so. I don't get out as much as you'd think I would. Mustard is kind of a cute name. The one thing that I didn't realize about dog rescues here until I started looking, though, is that while there are many, many places in the world, particularly Texas and to some extent California, and even eastern Canadian provinces like Manitoba and Saskatchewan, those places will have a lot of dogs that need home and the shelters are kind of overflowing. That's not the case here on Vancouver Island. We actually have a mismatch where people, it's so common to get your pets spayed and neutered. And there's so many people that want dogs that it's actually reversed. Like there's not as many dogs that need homes, and there's a lot of people that want to give them homes. So you have like all the rescues able to be really picky because there's and then people also like shipping in dogs. Like people will import stray dogs or like shelter dogs from Saskatchewan and from Manitoba and from Mexico and from Korea. Because there's more demand for pet dogs than there is actual supply of local dogs, which is good. It means that there's not as many doggies that can't find homes here. Okay, we did our 15 pet battles. We did that. On the flip side, it does mean that if you're applying to rescue a dog, you need like 2 references and like a home interview and, like the full video of your fence line with your like they can be very, very picky. Because of that. So they're doing their best to find the best homes for the dogs, and they can afford to really dig to find it. I didn't boggle at Sword Army. I only need 100 more points though. I only need 100 more points. I'm gonna pick something. What do I want to do? One, huh? 5 time rifts. Although it is time rift o'clock. Maybe we'll go do a time rift just because, it's time rift o'clock. Harder to get a dog than to find an apartment. People joke that it's harder to adopt a dog than it is to adopt a child. Oh. It is harder to get a dog than to find an apartment. Oh. But I'm in favor of anything that helps doggies find the right homes. I'm looking for this character. Let's do another time rift. Trial will give tenders. Oh, that's a good point. World boss, yeah. What's the worst class in PvP? Whatever I'm playing. Okie dokie. We're gonna go do another. I need to make sure I use one of my my encapsulated destinies to make sure that I get something for my next time rift. Those are kind of a fun item, you know, like a guarantee that hey, next time you do one of these, you're getting something. You know, it's nice. I like that. When is the last time you killed the world boss? Oh, the Zaralek Caverns ones? It's been probably over a month. It may be multiple months. It's been a while. So pop that. Talk to Sword Army. Frozen Heart sent home. Kick it into the time rift. Where is the time rift? The other way is the answer to that. I do them every week still. Easy gold. If your cat was a battle pet, what powers would she have? She would have... Hold on. She would have to have some cuddling ones. She's a very cuddly, sweet girl. She would probably have some ice powers. She's gained a great love for ice cubes. She gets very excited about them. Something to do with snoozing. Something to do with extra detection, because she's lost one sense, but her others are extremely sharp. You wouldn't know that she's blind unless told. Unless you saw her walk into something, and then you'd be like, wow, that cat's blind. Got killed about 9,000 from a rift today. Oh, nice. Tried once in Texas. They had to call the apartment manager. Needed proof we paid rent. Verify our identities. Yeah. Yeah, they want to talk to the property manager, the landlord. They want to talk to your vet. They want the name and phone number of your vet so they can call them and find out if you're keeping up with your vet care on any of your existing pets. They want to talk to 2 personal references. They want to come to your house and check it out and see if you are, you know, being honest about who you say you are and if you have the room. And they want to like go over and make sure you don't have any like hazards, you know, chemicals, pet unsafe plants that are accessible, that kind of thing. It's definitely different than what I had in mind initially. Do you use the destinies beforehand? Yeah, I think you just use it and then you get a buff that just like hangs out until such a time as you've done a rift. Is that a trinket that makes a shadowy thing around your character? Honestly, yeah, I think so. That might be called a chaos. It's not beacon. But I've seen it sometimes and I don't really know if that's what that is. I mostly see it happen during time rifts, so maybe it's a time rift thing. I know what you mean though. It's like the big creature looking thing. Looks like an Azoth minion. Yeah. Do you guys know if that's called a chaos? I'm wearing a call to chaos right now. Because I don't actually know. It's when they call it a chaos procs. Gotcha. They've really amped up trinket visuals this patch. All of the different trinkets that I use have like graphics and animations associated with them. I remember I remember when stat sticks were just stat sticks. I'm not against it, but nice little mini game break. I like the thoroughness, but the attitude would need to go. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. Because I think that being a animal rescue volunteer, because they're all volunteers, at least for the rescues that I've been looking at, would probably erode your general opinions of humans, because you've seen all of the awful things that they've done to animals, and you've probably seen a lot of people that feel entitled to a dog and go, well, I'm rescuing it. Why can't I just have it? and you know, it's like for whatever reason it's super not the right place, but people probably get really you know, touchy about that because they think that they're you know, they've decided that they're going to adopt a dog and therefore that should be the only consideration. So I feel like if I saw that kind of thing over and over and over again 1,000 times, I would probably be a little crabbier too. So I'm nervous about it, but I'm going to try to be understanding because I bet you anything that erodes your faith in humanity. I'm going to try not to take it too personally when I start getting rejected for specific dogs, and to just trust that they know the dog better than I do, and that that one day there will be the right dog and I'll be the right person for it, and it'll be good. Power down the alpha pylon. I'm not qualified for this. I don't understand how it works. Power it down. It has 100% charge remaining. They want me to just stand in it? No. I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck in somebody else's frozen heart. Click on it? Are we trying to channel it over to like maybe one of these things? No? I don't understand. Someone recently asked me about Blingtron's circuit design tutorial. Thought that was you. One of the sweetest dogs I've ever met. Aw. Just click it. Because I feel like we're making like a maybe it needs more people to like make a chain that takes it all the way to that thing. I don't know if where I stand is important. I don't really understand. Yeah, I agree. I think it's awful for them to keep finding homes and then getting returned. Book of Kel'Thuzad destroyed. You betcha. But if I do find one, I'm also going to be very, very picky because I have a kitty cat and because she's a blind kitty cat and she's lived with dogs before, and she was totally fine. But it would need to be the right dog, especially because she can't see. If it's a dog, even if it's a dog that like plays with cats and doesn't hurt them, that's not necessarily going to be a good fit because if anything's chasing her and it startles her, she's going to run into stuff. I need a dog that basically ignores cats, which is definitely a hard thing to do when you're adopting a rescue dog. There are lots of dogs that have been fostered with cats, and you can talk to their fosters about how they've felt about them. And it's entirely possible that they'll be one way in foster and then another way once they've decompressed, and it's something you're going to have to work with. So there would still certainly be training involved, but it's probably best if you have a baseline dog that's a little bit calmer, possibly older, as long as it's met cats before and it's decided that they're not fun. Senior dog, yeah, exactly. I'm looking at every dog within a 5-hour trip radius, and I'm trying not to be impatient as well because there's no point in rushing it if it's not the right fit. What if Kira decides to play with the dog? It's possible. I would be thrilled and overjoyed if they adjust to each other and get used to each other, and then she follows it around or uses it as like a marker to help her navigate, a little seeing eye dog for my cat, but I'm not going to hold up my hopes for that. I think best case scenario that's most likely is that they ignore each other, because that's exactly what she did with the last dog she lived with, is they just ignored each other. When do you think 10.2 will come out? I have no idea. Fall? Isn't that what they said? Something like that? Yeah, the puppies is something to look into too. A puppy that's been fostered with cats in its socialization period, and then, you train it as it gets older to continue to have it learn that that you don't chase the blind cat would be helpful. But I'd also want to consider, if it's a mixed breed, what kind of breeds are predominant in it, and if those are breeds that tend to, like what the temperament of them is, because sometimes a dog won't present all of its characteristics until it's a year or two old. There might be a dog that's like quite chill as a puppy, and then it gets a little bit older, and then it picks up new habits, whereas an older dog, you know, is probably not going to change quite as much. That's a cool staff. Neat. Nice. One new appearance for me. And then I can use that so that the next time Rift, I once again get something. Did I get any bags to loot? I don't think we really unlocked any bags. How am I doing on flakes? I have 2,100 paracausal flakes. What did I decide I wanted to do for this? I had an idea. There was something. Oh, it might have been Trial of Style. Oh yeah, I get 150 points if I can win first place in Trial of Style. Let's go to Stormwind and let's take a look at the vendor, the Trial of Style vendor, and see what the new stuff looks like. Also, I'm gonna take a real short break. One sec. Okie doke. People are cheesing the votes because of the reward for the post. Like going in with groups and stuff. How else do you cheese votes? I feel like you cheese votes by looking fabulous. Dog didn't bark a single time until he'd been with us for about 9 months. Dog adopted well when we got our kitten. Kitten was so freaked out. Adult cat, they like to chill together. I would be a tiny bit more confident about it if Kira wasn't blind, because if that was the case, she would have an easier time escaping to higher places when she needs a break. She would have an easier time reading body language. She would have an easier time not smashing into things if she's running away, if she needs, again, a break. But because she can't see, all of those things are really tough for her, so it needs to be perfect. Oh yeah, so the Trial of Style transmog vendor, it's not actually over there. Or maybe there's another one over there, but there's one over here. Hello, excuse me. I would like to buy from you. What do you have that I am missing that is new? I was told there was new things. Where are they? Season 4. Already known. I didn't see new things. There's 2 now in Stormwind. Yeah, I don't see any new things either. I think maybe people missed the memo about the new things that were added before, because these boots have been here. Yeah, they might be just new for me. That's possible. I don't think there's anything new. I can still go do it for the trading post points though. Yeah, we're doing this for tender anyways. You're right. Who do I want to dress up as? Is it going to be Evoker or should I do it on cloth? I feel like my Evoker won't get any votes because she's bald. And I could give her hair for it, but that just feels like I could give her hair for it, but that just feels like it's going against who she is. Alright, well, YOLO. You know what? I like Trial of Style anyways. It's fun just for its own sake. Evoker won't get any votes because it's male. That's selling out. You gotta do you. Everyone join trial at the same time, make bald characters. But if we can get a, well, first place is pretty, I feel like for, also, what is this queue time? It's Trial of Style. Let me in. I don't know. First place is tough. Usually I'm quite happy with my second and my thirds and my consolation prizes because I'm like, well, I'm still getting currency towards the rewards. Got tender just for participating? Did they win? Trial of Style take first place. Kalimdor Cup. Trial of Style /awe at a winning outfit display at the trading post. Alright, well, I mean, I need... it doesn't really matter. Complete 2 Work It quests. Earn 20 tokens. Okay, so there are some other ones, but they're like smaller amounts, but that's okay. A winning outfit display at the trading post. I like it because we get free transmogs. And they're gonna pray for me. Is this more people than it used to be? Or, no, it was always 6. Welcome. What's our category? Let me at it. Winter wear. All right. Do I have any sets that are immediately... Raging Tempest, I feel like, is a good start. Oh, Wendigo Woolies. I wonder if I can adapt Wendigo Woolies to be a little bit less, like, cut and dry. Unhanded Mace. See if there's any, like, flames or anything that's, like... you know, warming because it's winter, so you gotta toast up. Like a torch and another torch because it's winter. Maybe a torch and a lantern, and then something fuzzy but that matches if there's anything like super toasty. I know the Tuskar ones look pretty warm. But I do want it to kind of go a little bit. I need to also keep an eye on the timer. You only get so long. Are there any cloaks that make me think warm? I feel like I've just made it worse. 30 seconds. I feel like there has to be... I mean, I'm never going to find it. I think that's okay. I think we did fine. It's basically just Wendigo Woolies, but that's winter wear if I ever saw any. Alright. Very blue and very shiny. I mean, bald. I went for winter in Florida. Show off the backpack. Show off my dancing. See, that's the Blood Troll set. Is it winter wear? Just one for summer wear? Only wearing pants and an ankle bracelet. Hey, that's just what I was thinking of putting on. I think I like this one. It looks more like something I'd actually wear in winter. How excited are you that we got the Blood Trail transmog from the post? It's pretty cool. I do like that one. I guess cheesing also could be not repeatedly voting for the same person, like spreading out your votes so that you're not pushing anybody potentially above yourself. I feel like that's against the spirit of the game, though. Oh, it's One Punch Man, isn't it? Winter wear, though. If you get first place here, would you consider that pay to win? Oh, because of my BlizzCon thing? Yeah. Sometimes people vote for the worst mug, trying to cheese votes away, act surprised when the bad mug wins. Style points based given on equipment, not relying on other players. I kind of like this one for some reason. The other one just feels like, I don't know. I like that my opinion matters, I guess. Other people do the spread out vote things, try to queue with friends. I think some people do, but there's probably more people than you would think that just play the game properly. Can't you have toys showing as well? Yeah, I think so. Wave. And talk. Shit. Sen won first place 3 times last night. It's like, how? Wasn't that the tech we learned last time? Oh, probably. I don't think I've thought of which toys I would want to do, though. So 3rd place. The one I said I would actually wear in the winter. Fuzzy. 2nd place. Lich King looking one. 1st place. It's me! Woo! See, it is pay to win. Now, did they vote? Who's to say? I'm gonna think I'm the best. Thanks. Woo! I think that's a good theme, though, to get for that. I feel like it's like a set mog, but we added a backpack and the lanterns. And it's also, it's just like a funny one. I feel like people enjoy the fun ones. So the 1st place gives some tokens, and that should be all of the Trader's Tender that I need. I should have capped out Trader's Tender. So let's go take a look at it. Nice. All right, Blood Hunter stuff. Question is, do I want to wear that right now? Or do I want to trial style envoy? No. It's just for 3 gold. All right. What do I want to buy? What do we have? So we have Fel Crystal Scorpion saved. That's 650. I have 1500. I could buy 2 items that are 650. This pet, this Spirit of Competition, is a pretty high ranking thing for me because that's like one of those things that I always thought I'd never ever be able to get. So that one's pretty up there. I'm not too worried about that. I think if I had to choose between the Cleft Hoof and the Scorpion, I'm probably taking the Scorpion. But where it gets tricky is there's also this toy. This is, I believe, a new toy. This is not the Transmorpher Beacon. It's a 10-minute cooldown that lets you summon an indoor guy that lets you transmog. You gotta get that toy. Took that over the Scorpion, don't have the yak. And you can use it in places that you can't mount. That's like new tech. Oh, there's also shields, swords, helmets. I still don't have these, but, you know, you can't get it all. There is, I'm thankfully not big on, like, the gloves and the hoods and stuff, or at least not so much that I feel a need to get them now. I do love this shield, though. I don't know why, but it's only 50, so I might be able to afford that. The City Guard Heater Shield. All of this in a onesie is a mood. So, I think that even though mounts, I think I'm getting the Spirit of Competition. Because I wanted. I have 850. I think I buy the toy, leave the Scorpion frozen another month. And then I have 350 and I can get that shield as well. because I like it. There's other things that are neat, but I like that shield. Which means that it's yet another mount that's going to rotate out without me getting it, but that's okay. You can't get them all. I think I'm happy with that. I have it from its original run, /flex. Holy. Fury the Firelord seems very pricey. Yeah, $750 for a Mace Transmog feels high. But I guess it's a cool mace, I don't know. Tender strategy to get tenders done fast. I just kind of look through the list and do things that I feel like. This time around, I did some old raid bosses. I did the pet battles. I did some Trial of Style and some Time Rifts. That mace is hot. It's from the first month. How do you feel about the added 200 tenders added to the Corsage pack? I think I'm not buying it is how I feel. People saying some repeated items had their prices increased. Oh, so it was cheaper the first time? Interesting. Anyway, I only have 300 left, so if I wanted anything else, it would be these cheap things. I think I'm okay. I don't think I even need this Grunt's Buckler. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I just want this one. Feels like a cheap way to get around not adding them to the store. What I thought of when Ian said we might put them into bundles was I was thinking like basically expansion launch bundles, something that doesn't happen very often where you're buying the game, you know, you're buying a collector's edition and they want to bundle in a little trader's tender. And it's something that happens like every second year. What I did not have in mind was them bundling in 2 wrist flowers and some tender for just like, it's a lot less, I guess, formal and timed out than the bundles I had in mind. I guess that's my bad, but yeah, I don't know. Not thrilled with it. Would you have bought the corsages if they didn't come with tenders? I'm not buying them either way. Think they aren't giving enough tendies a month? I think that's very intentional. I think that they've developed a very clever system that doesn't have the same bad press as the shop that will FOMO people into feeling like they need to spend money in order to get the stuff while it's currently available, especially if the things that are rotating back around are more expensive the second time. I don't know if that's actually true. I don't remember what it was for before. $750 does seem like a lot. That's rough. Frog and increasingly hot water analogy? Yeah. Blizzard is doing throwing the frogs in boiling water to begin with. Mountain Pet Bundle also has some tender thrown in. With the 6 and 12 month sub packs, yeah. Anyways, it doesn't bother me enough to make me quit. I'm just not in favor of it. I'm going to change my Mog, which is free, I think, because of Trial of Style. I think I have to put on the Blood Troll set. I think I just must. Sets. Where is it? There it is. Am I going to wear it with a helmet? I feel like I'm not wearing it with the helmet, and I feel like I'm also going to hide the cloak. I might switch the cloak out for a different thing, maybe. Might look good with some of the Venthyr stuff. Or it might look better just clean. And then I want something that kinda sorta goes. That's a Zealot blade. Something that looks a bit, you know, like it's been used to carve up some people in the jungle. And then there's lots of cool offhands, I'm sure. Jar of Eyes, maybe? I mean, there's all kinds of different, like, old god looking. You could have the anima bottle. Where is Jar of Eyes, though? Yeah, there's Rattling Jar of Eyes. Yeah, so there's the red one. That's good. Forget the one-handed sword. How do we feel about axes? Anything good here? Cleaver? I might actually have a bloody cleaver somewhere. Chicken chopper. Oh. I don't see the Bloody Cleaver. It's definitely a one-handed axe, isn't it? Maybe I scrolled past it. Hazelnut, the butcher. What about fist weapons? Because some fist weapons are kind of... Fist weapons are cool. I never mocked them. No, I think it'll do. Am I happy with that? Yeah, it's pretty sick. At least until she turns into a dragon, and then you remember that she's a dragon. Goes well with her red scaly head. Alright, happy with that. Oh, I like that the jar of eyes actually sits on her hip, so like, mind you, it clips right through her leg, but it's like out, you know. I think that's pretty good. Cool. Now what? 10:30. What else do I want to do? My stream task note said trial of style, hatch bronze whelpling, trader's tender activities. What else am I doing in my life? How fussed am I about gold making? I have 5.8 million gold. I don't know if crafting is like the most exciting thing I could be doing. I don't know that it's not. Tepid versus 13. Yeah, no, those are still profitable. Interesting. Make tea. What do you say? She has all eyes on her hips. Just the one, yeah. Let's not worry about crafting. I'm gonna hatch the bronze whelpling. So T-Mog farming. ICC, leather. What was it? 10-man normal. 10-man heroic, unrelenting blood. And then the other one was robe of 80 lights, which is also leather. Heart of fear, normal. Garelon. Those were the two things that save all notes and reload UI. Is there like a save just one notes button that doesn't reload my UI? Because otherwise I do like that add-on. But, delete, rename, new. No, I don't know if... I think that's the only way it saves. All right. Let's go... so I'll need a leather wearer. Let's hop on Petal Bloom first and see if she gets those gloves that she's been farming here. We're at like 145 attempts. Got my first tattoo today. You helped me destigmatize getting one in my mind. Congrats on your tattoo! General tab, not the character specific one? Okay. Any luck? Foreman Thistle Nettle. Attempt number 145. Nope. No good. Alright, well, she can just live there. Notepad is the name of that note add-on. General, not character specific. All the notes would not be saved if your game crashed in that session. Yeah, I guess so. Here, there's an easy way to find out. But I'm also fine to just write stuff down in front of me. I like having paper notes because they make me feel alive. Oh yeah, I went to the Great Vault and I didn't have one because I didn't shuffle. I thought I did, but I didn't. Or I didn't shuffle enough. / notepad. Single character test note. Save all notes and reload UI. No, it doesn't matter if it's character specific or otherwise. Yeah, I don't know if that's the note add-on for me. I think the reload is just too much. We're gonna do ICC first. On 10-man heroic to try for the leggings of unrelenting blood. I believe they drop from Starfang. I'm gonna get to ICC via Stormwind and then Dalaran and then fly. Finally got my very own cracked Titan gem. So very excited. Congratulations. We're gonna just do that. Biggest non-venomous snake I could beat. Why are we fighting snakes? You know, snakes didn't do anything. I'm going Dalaran. Oh, when I think of snakes, I usually think of minding their own business. Have you ever considered trying to get into an esports event? You mean as a like as an audience member? I've seen esports at BlizzCon. If you mean competing, that sounds like my worst nightmare. I am only able to PvP when I have taken absurd measures to reduce the pressure and to reassure myself that it's totally fine if I don't win, which is kind of the opposite of esports. I used to have nightmares back when I watched a lot of esports that somebody had enlisted me in some kind of a tournament and that I was training for it and that it was just the pressure was just cooking me. I'm too much of a squishy, sensitive pile of mush for that. Wasn't that leveling event kind of esports? It wasn't, I don't think anybody was going to be too upset at me for winning and or losing though. I don't think of that as esports. That's kind of like a community fun event, you know. It's like the fun run versus the Olympic 100-meter sprint. Esports phenom like Hafu, the dream of young Hazel. I think young Hazel just admired Hafu a lot. I don't know if I ever actually thought I would be any good. You did win. Not the most recent one. Competitive trial style. When. Listen, we jump in, we get our easy first place with our Wendigo Woolies, and then we just never touch it again. Undefeated. Quit soccer as soon as it got too competitive. Yeah. I think I am a better balanced and more emotionally balanced person when I don't let myself get into anything too high stakes. Maybe that's just my risk aversion showing itself, but I'm a comfier, happier person for it. Raid difficulty, heroic, raid size 10-man, heroic 10-man. And we're hoping for leggings of unrelenting blood because this was an all of things random quest. They should drop from Saurfang. However, I will clear all the way to Lich King because I do need transmog on this difficulty, so I will do a full clear. I can't help but feel the Zandalari trolls are going to be freaking out when they see all the blood troll mugs. Oh, Arcala, I feel you on that. I can't stand videos like that. I don't. I am so confrontation averse that I don't even like hearing stories about confrontations in the past tense, secondhand, where I know everything worked out, let alone, you know, watching people shouting angrily at each other, let alone having it happen anywhere near me, let alone being involved. Like, I am extremely averse to that, and I take pretty great pains to not deal with anyone like that. Wife and I watch Uncle Roger complain about fried rice. Call that good. Stakes should never be too high. Table height at most. Alright, any luck there? No. 10-man's troublesome because there's only going to be 2 pieces of loot to drop. So you have to get quite lucky to get anything. Death Whisper has a chest piece that could drop. Is it bad that I've been going back to do Covenant on 70? Zoom zoom gear sets? No. Okay. Do you have my chest piece? No? Okay. Maybe next time. I've been having too much fun doing this. Even when I'd run the whole place and I don't get anything, I'll still be up like, I don't know, a couple hundred gold, and then I'll think, can I buy any transmog for a couple hundred gold? At least I tried. Or, you know, I won't get the thing, and I'll be like, well, I have more characters. Bring on the next druid. And, you know, you take a Barnacles or whatnot. I have a feeling I'm going to end up with a lot of druids. I do have Invincible. Some of the dogs create conflict when the smelly dog doesn't want a bath. I like to do it in my DK as a stress reliever. I think eventually I'm going to put together at least 4 speed sets, so I have one in every armor type to help me with farming bulk Mog. Obviously, some things I'll need to farm in individual classes, and I don't think I'm going to do a speed set for each class. That sounds a bit much. But I'm a little bit hesitant to do it because I know that as soon as I have a speed set character again, I'm going to remember what it's like to be fast. And I'm going to not want to run. Like, I'm going to feel slow. Like, right now, I'm just chilling. I'm enjoying life. I am in no particular hurry. And I feel like this is a perfectly acceptable speed in which to run ICC. If anything, I'm pretty self-satisfied that I remember the way. But as soon as I've, like, reminded myself of what life could be like if I had a speed set, it's going to feel a little bit worse to do it on the characters that don't have one. BlizzCon check. Are we going to see you this year? Nope. My plan is to stay home. I am not planning a trip. I am saving my pennies. I'm putting them in a penny pile and planning to get comfy and watch BlizzCon from home. What are you farming at the moment? Transmog. I specifically want these legs from Saurfang because all the things random told me to. Do you go if Blizz flew you out? It would depend on the gig. It would depend on the gig. I am pretty excited to stay home, I will say that. We'll see Hazel on stream. I don't think it's worth it for them to give me what I would need to get out there. I don't think I'm worth it. I think we're all just going to let me stay home. Especially if I do manage to find a shelter dog in that time period, I wouldn't want to leave it that early in our time together. Staying home, eating cake, because why not? Is it Saurfang or Saurfang? Saurfang, because he has a toothache. Sir Fang. I like that one. Blue Boy, I don't know. I would be surprised, but I do not know. Sore Fang. Yeah, maybe he would have had a better time if he'd gotten a good dentist. His grandpa was a dentist. I shall call him Sir Fang now. Sorfing, you want to give me my legs? Oh. Recommend not piercing tusks in the future, Mr. Fang. Oh man. Tooth piercings. Horrifying. Any luck? I got a staff. I got a weapon Mog that I didn't have yet. The Maghari Chieftain staff. But I did not get the legs that I was looking for. So this will not be my last 10-man heroic ICC run. However, I'm not getting out of here yet because I need more Mog. There is stuff that I could get from all of these different bosses. So off and away. Saving for house or doggo? Have you decided on doggo? I mean, I think to some extent it's both. For the house, I'm going to need hundreds of thousands of dollars. And for the dog, I'm going to need thousands of dollars, but not hundreds of thousands of dollars. The dog will cost less than $10,000, all included. It will probably be less than $3,000 if we're including like initial vet visits and like everything. So it would be a setback, but it wouldn't be like a I can't do the house thing. I've been thinking back, I've been thinking around though on the house thing, and I'm kind of debating different scenarios, and I'm like painting out different scenarios in my notes and stuff. And like, you know, if you do it this time and you can afford this much and you can get a place that looks like this or that has this much space, and if you do it this time, you could maybe live in this city and you could get a place that looks like this. And there's like a lot of different ways to do it. And I have lots of time to think about it, but there's something to be said for staying in this place until I can afford something that I really, really like, as opposed to getting a place that I can deal with sooner. There's financial arguments to be made and there's quality of life arguments to be made either way. But there's that. Get hundreds of dogs for hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I was like wealthy, I would love to just kind of go to all the different dog rescues, and once I was assured that they were good ones that were doing all the right things, oh, I got some legs I needed. Just to kind of, like buying supplies for them and making donations and sponsoring kennels and all this stuff. I want to help all the dogs and I can't. Hundreds of dogs. Hi, kitty cat. What about the kitty cats? You want to come up? Yeah, right now I'm sponsoring this one cat, which is my cat. Never have to do the chess event again? Congrats, Jeff! That's gotta feel good. Did I do the thing? I did do the thing. Split the difference. Buy a dog house. Hi, kitty. Took about 15 years in my apartment to get my house. It's a lot, but I can say the right house feels very good. It's what works for you. I think that, well, I'm hoping that when I know, I'll know. And maybe when I finally start like looking and mapping it out, I'll be like, I thought I was supposed to know. I don't know. And at that point, you just kind of got to do something. I did, for whatever reason, read a pretty long document explaining exactly how septic tanks and septic fields work, because I didn't really understand. And now I have a better understanding. My question was, is it the wastewater that fills up the tank, or does it have a way to separate the wastewater from the waste and then to process it? And the answer is it does. It will have a leaching field, where after having done some initial natural processing, your the water content will leach out through pipes into like a large area of land over which you do not want to be planting any trees or building any decks, or like watering your plants or anything right there, because it's going to have a higher moisture content. And you also want to be very careful with your water conservation with a septic field, just so that you are not overloading the system, because that can prolong the life and the amount of time that you need to get it serviced. You ever see videos of hundreds of golden retrievers together? It's amazing. You will? It was instant. I was shocked. Sanitation professional is important. But I'm glad I know now, because I've lived on a septic field before as a kid, but I was never in charge of like arranging any of the maintenance. You don't really do the maintenance yourself. You contract somebody to come, pump the tank every 3 to 5 years, and if you have any other issues, then you would get like a professional to look at it. But I feel like it's good to know the basic workings of stuff like that when you have it, if only so that you can kind of know what not to do. Figure out what the biggest and most common mistakes are to make, and then don't make those mistakes. Yeah. What do you think? Should we try to find a place that's not on well water because of water softness and hardness? Who's to say? As long as your game doesn't crash, you're fine. Oh, for the note thing. Interesting. I'm assuming it would save on a natural reload. Like if you zone into something, then it would save that. Oh, I got the new color. I think the third color of the discarded bag of entrails. I think I now have it in 3 colors. I have orange, I have green, and I have yellow? Maybe I'm missing yellow. But that's nice. That's the rogue helmet. But that can be transmogged in any different armor types. That's good. Another thing off the list. I love getting stuff out of 10, man. Best not to put harsh chemicals like bleach down the system. Yeah, I was reading that too, because it's actually not... It shares some characteristics with aquarium filtration, in that you are, or even just like composting or any other thing where you're maintaining a beneficial colony of bacteria, you're relying on anaerobic bacteria to help process some of that waste, and those things can be very sensitive to chemicals, and it would affect how well your system's working if you've accidentally like killed off your bacteria colony or whatever. So like being careful with stuff like bleach, etc. I did not know that. And now I do, because I read a PDF while I was farming raids, because this is what I do with my life. I don't know how I got from dog proof. I think it's because I'd seen all the dogs. I had seen each and every single dog. And I was like, well, time to learn about septic tanks. There's one doggy that's like an 8-month-old Chihuahua mix. And I don't think of myself as a Chihuahua person. But I could kind of see myself with this dog. Although apparently Chihuahuas are one of the dogs that get rehomed more, because people assume that just because they're small, they don't have a ton of energy or personality, and they can actually be aggressive, not only because of under-socialization, but just because of, like, they've got kind of that terrier energy, supposedly. I don't know, this is all secondhand. Which is interesting, something I hadn't thought of, especially if it's crossed with something that also has that energy. This one kind of looked like a Dachshund Chihuahua mix. Do you have a Google alert set up? I have, I'm on a couple of email lists, but generally speaking, I will find the profiles before the emails find me. All right, I got some Taldaram soft slippers, which had 4 shared appearances, which is very nice. Very good, very good. Upstairs. Are you checking out Palia? Maybe? I didn't plan to. And honestly, I think there might have been a couple of sort of content creator-ish emails that I may have not gotten to or not had time for earlier that could have gotten me in, or had me take a look at it before this point. So I wasn't really planning on it, but I wouldn't say never. I wouldn't say never. Had a Jack Russell Chihuahua mix. Beautiful, yappy, hated strangers, love the family. Little doggos in a big world need a lot of confidence building energy outlets. Yeah. Here's a dumb question. Can Chihuahuas keep up on hikes? Like if you were to do like climbing a mountain, not like an alpine mountain, but you know, you're on like a big trail. It's like a couple of hours. Its legs are like this big. Is it gonna, I know they have a lot of energy, but is it gonna need me to scoop it up and stick it in my backpack at some point? Because on one hand, it doesn't have very much dog to move, but on the other hand, it has barely any legs. Ooh, I'm lucky. I got 2 new appearances from there. I got shoulders and legs that I needed. Nice. Struggle to keep up. Yes, should be prepared to pick them up for rest breaks. They like to be carried. Glad to see I did not miss the ICC rinse. I didn't get the piece I needed from this difficulty, so I'm finishing off this one, but I'm gonna have to go again. We could get the heroic skinned whelp shoulders. Not a lot of dog to move, but not a lot of dog to move it with. Yeah, Joker was a small dog, but he had a lot of moving energy, and he was basically hollow, so he could go like forever. I remember making a challenge of it to try to tire that dog out so that I would get home and he would like be tired enough to take a nap, because he wasn't really a big napper. And the benchmark was about 6.5 hours. If you went for a walk that lasted like 6 hours, you were out like all day, then he would be like, okay, I'm tired. And that was about what it took. You tried to tire out a Klekai? Yeah! It just took some doing. I kind of miss that though. We would roam all over the place. We would go everywhere. Bold. Fan of 6-hour walks? Yeah. I also needed them at that point in my life. Sometimes you just need to get out of the house and have some own space with your brain and just kind of, you know. At the time, I was working alone. I was working for myself from inside the home, and I didn't drive. So if I wanted to have like some outside time, I needed to go for a walk. Dogs are built for an automatic ball tosser. He would not fetch very well. He would fetch because he knew you wanted him to if he felt like doing you a favor. But I never got the feeling that he was fetching for his own sake. I always kind of figured he was doing it for me. Pardon. That was a sound. Sometimes Kitty makes noises when she's like pressure washing herself. All right. I'm looking for Oxheart Spalders Oxheart, which is a mace, and then Skinned Whelp Spalders. I got none of the above. Sometimes you get the same thing twice. Sindragosa could have the token, the Vanquisher's mark, that lets me upgrade. I've gotten 1 mark so far, and it was not Vanquisher's. Mine slurps like a big old piece. Every now and then, she'll be like deep cleaning her fur, and she'll pick one spot, and she'll be like, yeah, this spot really needs it. And she'll just like, I swear it's some kind of pressure washing action. I don't really know what's going on, but it involves a lot of slurping sounds. I'm impressed that she can still like really get in there. She grooms with her teeth still, but she barely has any teeth left, but she still gets it done. Cutie girl. What are you using to tell you what you do and don't have for Transmog? All the things. It's an add-on. It's a little bit life ruining, but it gives you a nice big checklist of the things that you're still looking for. It also, I can toggle it between account mode and character specific mode, so I can see the things that I need on all characters, and I can also filter it to things that just this character could do, which I now, thanks to Jeff, have on a keybind. you need to be able to equip it for it to be added to your collection. It doesn't have to be the like good stats for you. A mage could learn a strength sword as long as they can equip the sword, but it does have to be equipable, otherwise it will not get added to your collection. So if you are crazy like me and you kind of want to get stuff on all different armor types and all the different weapon types, then you're going to need a couple characters to farm with. And warriors become really valuable because they can equip every type of weapon except for wands, which is the most out of anybody. Yeah, it is a bit of a memory hog, that is true. But if you want to never run out of stuff to do in WoW, it'll keep you busy. Now I need to level a warrior. I feel like it's making me want to level more warriors. Especially because warriors can be any race, so it's like a really good answer for you know, you need like heritage armor on something, you can't decide what to make of it. Make a warrior. Glaives. Oh, that's true. That's another good point. It's time for my daily yearning for an account-wide transmog collection. Only 3 expansions of glaives. Easy to keep up with so far. I do have a Demon Hunter now, so I can farm both glaives and then also just Demon Hunter tier. What am I doing with Moonfire? Swipe, lady, swipe. Or Sunfire. I don't even think I'm spec'd into having it. My Sunfire is not even currently spec'd into being AoE. Meanwhile, Swipe will hit everything with no target gap. Holy moly. Yeah, I think the All the Things devs have earned their earned media. I also don't think that WoW add-on creation is a terribly profitable thing to do. I think that most of them do it for the love of doing it. Which makes them better people than me. I don't do anything for the love of doing it. That's not true. I look after kitty cats and fishies and plants. And sometimes myself. Ooh, I got the Bleak Koldara Carver. That is a dagger that I needed. I got a Protector's Mark, which is no good. We need Vanquisher's Marks. You know what? I have not donated to them. That's a good point. Deathbringer's Rise? Upper Spire. Poor Sinterkos. Yeah, Better Wardrobe and Transmog is a good one. I turn it off and on. I don't always run around with it. Every now and then it throws errors, and I don't use it often enough to kind of leave it on all the time because of the amount of errors it was throwing, but I guess I haven't tried recently. Alright, time for RP Fest 9000. If I run this whole thing again, it's another chance at those legs. It's another chance at the legs. What convinced you to roll a DH? What did convince me to roll a DH? In hindsight, transmog farming, but that's not a good enough excuse. Otherwise, I would have like a mage and a monk and stuff right now. I think it was deciding to make him a male night elf and naming him Night Flame that really talked me into it. It was having the right idea for him. Pretty good, but super slow to update sometimes. I can't shade anybody for that. Creve doesn't even play retail, fully into classic. Database maintenance is all volunteer. Don't think any of the Patreon goes to them. Oh. Thank you, Quintessence. Oh. Hey, baby. This is a cozy cat. Oh. I've never found out how long is too many chin reps. I usually give up before she does. Well, tail's starting to go. Maybe that's a good sign. We should slow down. Is that a reference to your voice pack? Yeah, I do update it. I don't do it in anything remotely approaching a timely manner. It does help that usually it's not broken when it's out of date. It just says, hey, this is out of date, but it still works usually. It just might be missing a few voice lines. Hey, boo-boo. Hello. You're so soft. Not all kitties are this soft. I've checked. I did meet a new cat last night, though, when I was out for a walk. It was a black and white cat. And it had the funniest energy and meows. In that it was very friendly. It had all the friendly body posture. It was doing the friendly routine. You know, tail up, trot over, solicit pets, flop over, get up, come back, you know, rub against your hips and then solicit pets again. Because usually I crouch down to like meet the kitties. But it was doing it all at like 3x speed. It was like this cat was on fast forward and it was chirping the entire time. It was giving a speech continuously for like the couple of minutes that I was there visiting with this cat. And it was just really funny because it almost seemed like I almost didn't want to pet it because it almost seemed nervous because it was going so fast, but all of its body language was super friendly and it was clearly like it was getting pets, but it was just doing it so fast. It like couldn't decide what it wanted to do. And the whole time I just love that they're all so different, you know? For season 4, instead of fated raids, 10 boss gauntlet of the best fights ever. What does your gauntlet look like? I'm assuming we're limiting this to Dragonflight. 10's kind of a lot. I don't hate the idea, actually. Especially if it gets me out of trash. Any luck? Oh, yeah, I got this. I got a dagger I needed. I needed that Storm Fury dagger. Yeah. I'm still missing staff, war mace, and one-handed mace in this difficulty. But I got a Vanquisher's Mark, so I should be able to go downstairs and upgrade a transmog piece, I think, with that token. I don't fully understand how it works, but I guess I'm going to take a look at it. So I should be able to, yeah, so I have stuff in my bank. And then I have Sanctified Lasher Weave stuff. So I can use the token on any of them. Vanquisher's Mark of Sanctification. Heroic? Or did I just get a regular Mark of Sanctification? I got a regular one, so I can't get anything. About that time to prep for raid? Have a great raid night. How do you choose what you want? These are cool. I like that they move. I don't have the required items for that purchase. Maybe I need to have it on me? Or maybe I just never stash in my bank on this character. So we buy that one. Nice. And that shared 4 different appearances. How many ICC sets are there? 3. There's 3. 7 of 8 normal, because Death Whisper hasn't dropped the boots yet. We're 2 of 8 heroic. We just bought the belt. And then I guess some of it can drop on 20? I'm so confused. Anyways, you can go home. This ICC set thing is so horrible. It's not the most immediately transparent thing. Want the fights to be in the right normal order? If I was going to pick... 10 is too many. Can I pick 5? I know that 10 would make more sense for like the fated raid, but just for the sake of time. What are my 5 favorite... I mean, we only have 2 raids so far. I liked Taros. I liked Kurog. Razageth was a good one, but I don't know if I want... It was too long. I think Taros and Kurog might be my 2 favorite fights from here. Rashok. Echo. Sark. That's 5. Maybe. If we're not counting. The little check marks are from Can I Mog It, which identifies whether or not you have something learned. I strongly recommend it. It's an awesome add-on. I feel naked without it. Collected, but you haven't collected this appearance. Sometimes it's like a... Oh, learned from another item, I see. Yeah, I guess I'll send that over. Hang on. Learned from another item. Send a few things over to my other character. There's also... We can get rid of all kinds of stuff here. I got a bunch of transmog from that ICC run, though. Even if it wasn't the one piece I was looking for, it was still all kinds of stuff. Yeah, good enough for me. The yellow, I believe, means learned, but from a different... Well, learned from a different item? Learned, but not on your current armor type, maybe? I bet you Can I Mog It would have a legend on their site or their add-on page somewhere. I don't usually go for unique item IDs, but if I already have the item on me, then maybe I suppose. I suppose I can make an exception. Hope this X-Pack solo BFA stuff. Yeah, with good gear, you can kind of sort of do it, but some of it's definitely... Oh, I forgot that I mocked him like that. CurseForge page explains it? Oh, good. Random Redshirt, thank you very much for the 36-month resub. All right. You are going into ICC. I still need those unrelenting bloods from the 10-man heroic. Very difficulty. 10-man heroic. Thing has a lot of icons. It is quite a few. Usually I'm hardwired to just kind of notice the orange X's that mean you don't know this yet and you could if you put it on right now. And then I guess the yellow half star that means mail this to somebody and then you can learn it. Item IDs is just a game that's just too much. ATT random's been so addicting for me. It's just nice to have like a very manageable little goal because collecting is really fun, but it can be really overwhelming. And I feel like ATT random fixes that by kind of narrowing your scope a little bit and giving you like a fun little game. You know, you can kind of let go of the idea of I'm going to get everything and you can make it much more manageable. I'm going to try to get this one thing. Yeah, it does seem like you learn at least gray items when you sell them, regardless of whether or not you've equipped them. I don't know if it works for other stuff. And also, I feel like it would have to be on a character that could equip it, although I don't know that for sure either. Always like the Anduin fight. We needed to save him, hoping he won't really betray us or die. You want a portal from Dalaran to Dalaran? Flying over something, see the window pop up, telling me there's something I need. That is something you can disable because that was killing me too. I went into all the things and what is it? You open it up. Interface. Where is it? I haven't looked at this in a while. Features. Yeah, I have the collected sound off. Profiles. Yeah, I think it was turning these off to make it so it does not automatically open the main or the mini list. But then I went back into key bindings, like general game key bindings, and there's going to be an all the things section. And I set a key binding for the mini list and I set a key binding for account mode. I still use the chat command for the main list. But you can I have more fun when, also I'm flying thoroughly the wrong way. I have way more fun when it's up to me whether or not I want to check if there's stuff that I'm missing. It makes me feel less badgered by the add-on. He's gonna come back for the mob, bad boy. In a relationship with the no longer undead Sylvanas. Alright, I'm on board with the new dyed E-boy haircut. I think I'm not even gonna go near the other part. Oh, man. Yeah, I vaguely remember something about him in the Maw, and I vaguely remember something about Sylvanas in the Maw. I don't really remember. Not in the Maw anymore? Yeah. Makes it seem unlikely to be a problem. I don't think it would be any problem right now. The issue is if in the future, 2.5 years from now, so-and-so company decides that they are going to decide to start claiming that sound would then be in 2.5 years worth of VODs that are all on YouTube, and I would have to go in and either delete or mute or whatever. Like it would mess with all of them. And there's nothing that says it's going to happen, but if it did, it would suck, and it's not that big of a deal for me to have it off. Raid difficulty, normal, 10 men, there we go. That's the main problem. It's not so much would this be a problem right now, it's will this ever be a problem? Because stuff like that has happened where something becomes no longer like YouTube safe or whatever. And if your VODs have vanished and you're not keeping them anymore, then that's kind of fine. But it's usually, I err on the side of extreme caution because it just makes my life easier. All right, I would like Mr. Soretooth, Mr. Deathbringer Needs a Dentist, to have to give me some leggings of unrelented blood. So let's go take a look again. This cat is out. Oh, I woke you up. I'm so sorry. You can go back to sleep. I don't know if I'm ever going to change Barnaclus's transmog. I mean, I'm sure eventually I will, but I'm just so pleased with it. This hasn't happened to me in a while. It's kind of unfortunate. I think what I need to do... It's these brood keepers that are web wrapping me, so if I get a second, I need to... There we go. I think this one's like leashed. That was weird. They got sick of... they got sick of bullying me. You can shapeshift out of roots, but not stuns, usually. I don't know if I tried. I guess I did try. I did shapeshift. Alright, no luck with that one. Hoping for a chest guard from Lady Deathwhisper. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. What about putting him in the Bloodhunter Mog? He would look pretty good in the Bloodhunter Mog. Ho 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 ho! Oh yeah. The world needs a little bit of Barnaclus booty. Thought he was still in his daytime outfit. No, this is his clubbing outfit. Don't forget that you have that toy now. It's true, I could drop a transmogrifier. I don't even think I've tried yet. It's only a 10-minute cooldown. I'm just gonna drop it and then not transmog. Just to see how we feel. Ethereal transmogrifier. No luck with the chess piece, but yeah, you could just mog him. You could just, I mean, it is free to mog right now, so there is that. Sure. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna miss the elevator, but that's fine. I need to hide the cloak. The cloak is, it's hiding his back tattoos. That's the problem. And then maybe I should get a staff that goes with it. Sometimes I get this, like, sort of faded out look, and I feel like that's no good. There we go. He's ready to party. Seems fairly close to the line, even if it's technically a copyright violation. Yeah. Even if you had, like, a cut and dry argument, though, it's just so not worth it that it's just easier to live like this. What a great outfit for his booty. Mrs. Talk outfit. Maybe he'll get cold eventually. He'll come home from his parties. I can't believe I didn't have a male Colturian before this. I get a lot of joy out of him. He's quite fun to play. I have the Brewmaster Monk that tanks my regular guildy key group plays a male Colturian, and every now and then he shows up in a new transmog, and I'm always just enamored. I'm always just in awe of the glamour, because they have so much presence. They're just like they're just like big characters that you don't see all that often, especially in skimpy stuff, and I like putting them in skimpy stuff. Hi, baby girl. Sometimes you have a cat and you pet the cat and the cat purrs, but like just while you're petting it. It's like you're pushing the purrs out of the cat. He buffed up, he shaved, he's got a bag of entrails on his head. Has he shaved though? Oh, I'm so silly. I didn't talk to Murden. I think I don't know if he shaved. Yes, you do have to start this event. That's true. I'm just sitting in the gun being like, all right, I'm ready. Are we going? Gunship? Gunship has a dagger. Gunship has a dagger I could get. He only shaved where the tattoos and markings are. Oh, I see. I mean, they do shave you when you're getting tattooed. You don't be tattooing over hair, so that's one of the first things that they do. There we go. Makes it easier to get into the pants. What pants? Oh. He's got like a... I mean, I bet you that thing Velcros right on. Oh, from the last outfit. True. True. It got real quiet all of a sudden. Why? Sometimes I feel like sound's been a bit iffy. Any luck here? No luck with the dagger. We'll talk to Murden again and take another look at Deathbringer. I need the legs. Crickets. You ever make resolutions that you know in your head when you're making them are going to last for about 3 days? I'm doing one of those. I want to try and stop sleeping on my front because I think it's making my shoulders sit very far forward and so does my neck already by default, and has for a very long time. And while there's more to helping it than just that, I don't think my front sleeping is helping because I tend to curl forward like a turtle when I sleep on my front, and I wake up with extreme stiffness in my shoulders. So I'm gonna try and sleep on my sides and back. I bet you if I can just be really tired when I go to bed, that'll help. You mean like every resolution? Yeah. How much control do you have? I can control how I'm sleeping when I fall asleep. If I roll over while I'm sleeping, then that's kind of out of my hands. The hardcore thing to do if you really want to quit front sleeping and you are somebody that does roll over while you're sleeping is to wear like a shirt to bed in which you have like a tennis ball sewn into the front of it so that if you tried to roll over onto your front, you would either wake up or you would just sleepily not do that because it's uncomfortable. I'm sure you could buy something or you could just sew a tennis ball into your shirt. They taught me that in health class in high school. I have that too. They call it Technic. I remember a girl in school giving me a hard time about it in like 8th grade. So it's not a new problem for me. It's something that predates my cell phone usage. But it is definitely not good for my overall health and pain levels, even if it is kind of painful to sit up straighter and feels a little bit silly. It's every now and then I get a resolution to go, usually after I've seen video of myself. I was editing the member video that just went out yesterday of my most recent fishing trip, and I was watching myself cast, and I'm like, that woman's not standing up straight. And she was trying too. Whenever I know I'm being filmed, I always try and stand up straighter, and I still can't quite do it. What if you can't sew? I mean, it's kind of like saying, what if you don't know how to... I don't know. You don't have to sew well. The basic concept of sewing is fairly self-explanatory. Staples. It's because my front sleeping, I think, has been throwing my shoulders out of whack a bit. That really sucks, Papa. That's no fun. If you can sew, then use glue. Yeah, there actually is fabric glue. That's like a real thing. I got Woden's Lucky Necklace. It's a BOE that nobody needs because it's not transmog. Oh, I forgot to see if Sarfang dropped me this stuff. I did open the chest, right? Let me see. What did I get? I looted... yeah, no, I did loot the chest. I got a bunch of stuff that was not the thing I was looking for, so we didn't get it. But we will finish our clear. I took a nap on my back yesterday, but that's because my cat had fallen asleep on my tummy, and I was unwilling to move her. And I was really tired. Yesterday was my hiking hangover day, so I was prepared to sleep under any conditions because I was so tired from the Monday hike. Yeah, there's the real life hack. Adopt a cat. Hope that it one day decides to sleep on top of you. Where did you hike to? The sea. I'm sure somebody who's determined enough could probably stalk where it is out of the video that I posted, but I tend to be mildly cagey with my spots. It's the fisherman's tradition. I am going to turn around and open the thing. Woken up unable to breathe, only to find a kitty plopped on my face. She has once or twice tried to fall asleep like on my neck, which would cause the same thing, but she usually realizes it's no good pretty quickly. When did you stop doing keys? When did I stop doing keys? I did some on Saturday, I think, was the last time I did keys. Sinketsu, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I don't always do main keys. My main has all 20s timed, so she's more or less done. I still run them to help other people get theirs in my guild, but we've been doing Shadow Priest keys sometimes. Oh, I took a couple days off though. I was sleepy. I was, you know, I needed time to index and memorize the profiles of every single dog within a 500-meter radius. Oh yeah, I almost exclusively do keys off stream. I very rarely will do any keys on stream. I don't feel like it makes for a better stream or a better key. Someone say keys? Nope. No. We said cheese. Lunchtime. Havarti, what's up there? What's the best warrior race to RP a vampire tank? Probably like a blood elf, right? Like a blood elf or a void elf, you could set it up as like a sand lane. I had cheese for lunch yesterday. I had like a snack plate and decided to call that lunch. Is Dragonflight friendly for returning players? The grind isn't hard. It's the mental overload of trying to catch up to all the new systems that they've implemented, but the systems themselves are pretty returning player friendly. It's pretty reasonable to get your gear caught up. You just have to learn a lot of new words in order to do it. Cat insists on putting her face and head in his hand. Keeps moving her head around like she's trying to get him to do something. I mean, it's hard to say. She could just be nuzzling for attention. She could want you to pet the cat. She could be just trying to get comfy and can't quite do it, but she likes the heat. What's the best class to make a blood troll? Oh, class. For a moment I thought you meant race, and I was thinking, at the risk of sounding diminishing, have you considered a troll? Shaman or druid, maybe? Sort of like a hexer situation. We don't really have, or I mean, a Blood Death Knight is the obvious one, I guess. We don't really have a proper blood mage class, and I think that's a problem. I did mean diminishing, even though that's not usually used in that context. I wouldn't want to diminish your experience. I also don't want to demean your experience, but that seems meaner. Demeanor. Any luck? No, I have those slippers already. Do I even need anything from him? I might not. Fester Gut, Rot Face, Putricide. No, I needed a spear from him, and then I need a dagger from her. Male trolls use spears and bows. Is there really enough design space for a blood mage? I think so. I think they've designed enough things that step on each other's toes that we can get away with adding a blood mage spec. Or class. You know, demon hunters and warlocks have stepped all over each other, and they still managed to get along. Protector's Mark? Vanquisher's Mark. Nice, we got another Vanquisher's Mark. I think that a Blood Mage would step to some extent on Shadow Priest a little bit with the vampiric influences, but Shadow Priest has been largely re-geared to focus more on Old God and Insanity. So I think there's totally room. No, I don't have the Drakthir pet yet. Disappointed to see no new transmogs from Trial of Style. Yeah, I did it for Trader's Tender, but then I was pretty much out of reasons to do it. I haven't been back. I could farm transmog all day. I don't know if it would be the best career move. I don't know if it would make my stream any more popular, but I could sit in these raids and just do this all day. Oh, this doesn't get old. Maybe it will eventually, but I think right now I'm still in that fun honeymoon phase where like there's still lots of things that could drop for me, and that eventually when I'm just hunting that one last thing, I don't know if that'll be fun for me or not. It might. I'm pretty weird. I find strange things fun, so it's possible. Okay. It's so nice being able to just heal Valrithia with a healing spell. Does she want to drop me? The mace or the leather shoulders? Kind of miss doing ICC after I got the mount. Never saw the point. I took a huge, like multiple years off of it after getting the mount, but I'm glad I'm back here for Transmog. I wasn't ready before, but I'm ready now. Besides, it's nice to do the other difficulties where I actually need Mog, because his Invincible couldn't drop, but I don't need it because I have it. After the quest for the toy. Oh, I got the mace I needed. Oxheart. Cool. Is it? I mean, honestly, most of the ICC transmogs don't feel super wearable to me. They're just not my style, with the exception of the bag of entrails that the leather helmet that you strap onto your face. I think that one's pretty funny. Syndragosa has some bracers. So, appearance-wise, Ice Crown, Lasher Weave. Her 25 player normal. Oh, weird. He didn't even unlock the shoulders that I got on my other character. Why not? They're both druids. Maybe they just haven't loaded. Maybe I just needed to like delete them or something. Maybe it hasn't actually saved my account properly yet. Not excited to do every class map. You just got to do one at a time. That's what I'm going to tell myself when I eventually get around to doing that. I don't even think I've done druid class map. I'm pretty sure I don't have the druid, like the shapeshift one, the big chicken owl looking thing. Not the moonkin chicken owl looking thing. The other chicken owl looking thing. What's a better analogy? What kind of bird does that thing look like? The lunar wing. Is that what it's called? Maybe a reload? But I like logged off and back in. You'd think that would do it. I think it's because it's still refundable. I think it's just because I didn't equip it and I didn't delete it. So as long as it's still refundable, it's not technically added to my accounts collection. That's got to be it. Or if the refund timer times out, that'll do it too. Big boy owl. I always forget to look for the door opening. I never noticed. There it is. Open door. I told my tattoo guy I wanted a phoenix tattooed. He said, oh, fire chicken? One fire chicken coming right up. There used to be... No, that's not true. I was going to say a tattoo place by the wing shop, but then I thought, no, it was just that they were both in Portland. The tattoo place was in Portland and the wing shop was also in Portland. I don't know what on earth I would have there. I certainly didn't eat chicken. I think I had like a mushroom thing. Rhyme thing. Maybe. Alright, we got Van braces. Oh, I got the bracers I needed. Nice. Also a soul broken well playing. I'm pretty sure those, the pets, are like, with the exception of the Drudge Ghoul, pretty negligible in price. I don't know if that's worth posting. What are you farming? Transmog. I'm hoping for a couple of, three weapons in particular off of Lich King. But I was originally in here because of these legs right here, because that's what my all the things random told me to hunt. I do have more druids. I guess it's not that big of a deal to get Petal Bloom out there and back. Because Petal Bloom at least can manually heal Velrothia. And then Night Flame and Ripsy can do it, but they need to use Band-Aids, and Velrothia is a big mess for them. But there's Mog they need from her, so... Kind of sounds like a cool tattoo, though. I'm excited to one day get tattoos again. I kind of miss it. That's the problem with getting tattoos, is once you like getting them, they're a bit addictive. You just want more. It's the shiny thing. It's the shiny thing. It's like the appeal of, hey, you can do this thing and then you'll have a tattoo. You can have any tattoo you want. And once you've kind of like ripped off the seal and gotten your first tattoo, they don't feel like, I don't know, life or death anymore. Don't get me wrong, I put a lot of thought into my tattoos, but I definitely stressed about it less after I had my first one. I do have Invincible. Lich King with Time Rifts involves a lot of suffering and trying to run away from Defile. If you have any amount of lag, it is brutal. I need to make sure that when I buy a piece of transmog with that Vanquisher's Mark, I do not do so in the shoulder slot, because I know I have that piece already. I can get like chest piece. She just has so many things to say. When do you start Heart of Fear? When I either run out of lockouts for leather heroic 10-man ICC, or if I get the legs, because that leather robe was the next thing on the list. I love the Kultiran male dance too. He just seems like he's having such a nice time. $15 years to get I'm assuming you mean Invincible. That's crazy. That's a long time. I mean, you know that. You don't need me to tell you that. I think the Accursed Hexer is the perfect pet to go with this. Mine is always top of the list because just alphabetically it's top of the list. I've named him Bobo. And then maybe the Krog mount. The Underrock Krog. Last month. Got Shaw of Anger, Isle of Giants T-Rex mount. That's pretty awesome. Congrats. I'm gonna get you. Huh. Hazel, you really need to stop doing this. No, I want to make a male Kultiran. Do it! They're so fun to dress up. They've got cool racials too. They make good tanks. They get extra versatility and they heal back a little bit of the damage they take. And they can punch things and do like a knockback stun combo. It's nice for like a bonus interrupt if you really need one. Alrighty. What do you got for me? I needed... I got the item ID for the dagger, but I didn't actually need that specific dagger. And then he dropped a Protector's Mark, which is not the one that this character needs. But I can go spend the other mark that I got. Okay, so I want to get the chest piece. Now, I'm pretty sure Barnacles does have the other chest in his bag, so I'm curious to see if it'll let me buy Sanctified Lash Wave vest with the regular mark. Will you... It will let me buy that. Okay, cool. And then I'm just going to actually full on delete it because that should like solidly save it to my appearance collection. So many things. Get out of here. Don't need that. I might post that pet for like 50 gold. Maybe somebody needs it. What about Bone Shard? Those worth anything? Does he have a Hearthstone on his bar? I feel like he needs one. $20. I mean, I could actually leave him out here too. There's nothing that says that he has to go home. I could just like run him outside of the instance and let him sit in ICC. It's just so cold out here. It feels mean. Glacia? Glacier, thanks for the brand new sub. I don't have the accent to pronounce your name, and as a Canadian, I'm ashamed. Also, Barth Vader, thank you for the 9-month resub. Man, it's been a minute since I've been here. Holy moly. It's all good. Come on, Hazel. I know, right? Listen, I'm a West Coast Canadian. I am as far away from French Canada as it's possible to be without leaving the country. Not by choice, it's just how it worked out. Alright, if anyone wants a Soul Broken Whelpling on Lightbringer, 50 gold. We've got a Bone Shard. People use those for their moves, I think. That might actually... nah, 200 gold. I'll just vendor it at that point. Or delete. Okay. What are you working on? I am transmog farming. All the things random has me chasing a specific piece of leather legs from 10-man heroic ICC. So I've been running my leather wearing characters through it, hoping to get that specific drop. Apparently it's a bit tricky to get a specific drop out of a 10-man old raid because they only drop 2 pieces per boss, and there's a lot of different things it could be. All right. It's 11:39. I think I can do one more ICC run. Petal Bloom, you're in. One day, Foreman Thistlenettle is going to drop me gloves. Attempt number 146? Nope. Okie dokie. All right, so she's Horde. She's Horde with no teleport cloak. Dalaran's a perfectly fine way to do this. Dalaran to org. To Dalaran to fly. It's a good thing we have fast loading screens. Yeah, I do eventually want to do old world Nax stuff, but but not to buy the armor, just for the rest of the stuff that you can get, like the mount. Mostly the mount, I would say. Primarily the mount. Oh, you know what I haven't shown off enough yet? The Spirit of Competition. I budgeted all this Trader's Tender for it. Spirit of... My spacebar is getting a little bit temperamental, and I can't tell if it's the keyboard or if I just need to clean the keyboard. I think I need to clean the keyboard. I think I got a cat hair problem. This Dalaran. We have a guy in our guild that, for whatever reason, has long loading screens. And I always think about him whenever I'm doing a port like that, and that it would take that person so long to get here. Everybody offers to like mail him an SSD and jokes that the SSD is going to get to him before his loading screen finishes. He's it's like you'll summon him someplace, but if he has already ported there to fly, it's actually faster for him to finish loading and fly than it is for him to take the summon, because that's another loading screen. Yep, it's Guy. Thank you for the 36-month resub. Yeah, I don't know if he said no, but he hasn't said yes. I think any number of people in the guild would mail him one for free. Petalbloom Smog is not as fun as Barnacle's Smog. I mean, I could put everybody in the Blood Troll set, but I don't know. It's a little boring. Raid difficulty. 10-man heroic. But yeah. It's been a long time since I've used a computer that didn't have not just the game, but the OS loaded on a solid state drive, and I can't go back. I will never. I refuse. I do not believe there's anything new in Trial of Style this time around. They did add some new stuff somewhat recently, so if you missed the last round, then there may be things for you, but this time I didn't have anything new for me. Sorry, he's using like a $10 travel mess that breaks in a month. Either that, or like he's maybe one of those people that's like really tense and uses their mice quite hard, or maybe his hands just run so hot that they're degrading the components in the mouse. Or maybe there's a ghost that's just scratching away at them in the middle of the night. Yeah. I don't know if this, actually I didn't take a look. I didn't build this one. This is the one that I got from NZXT. My other one I put M2 NVMEs in, and that one's pretty magical. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could Frankenstein together the two PCs and take the best parts out of both of them, but I just can't be bothered when everything's working. Mine break because I have moments of rage in game. That is completely understandable. No luck there. But we're really hoping for Saurfang's legs, because that will free me to go start farming Heart of Fear. I'm glad that I'm not the person that has to get every single thing from one thing before I'm allowed to move on, because otherwise I would be here for a long time. Yeah. I'm not like a keyboard or a mouse slammer when I get angry or cranky. I am a complain a lot and then turn off the computer and go outside kind of person. I need to walk it off. If I get too cranky, I have to just walk it off. It makes me feel better. Continuing to work with it, especially if I'm like troubleshooting something and I'm getting crabby, there's a certain point, and I know exactly where it is, where I'm like, I just need to let this go for now and come back after like a snack and a shower and a walk and probably a nap. Mind you, I have a lot of time. Or I don't use my time very efficiently. If you were in a bigger hurry, though, you wouldn't be able to get away with that. Yay for touching grass. Yeah, in all seriousness, I'm a big fan of touching grass. It helps. And then usually when I come back, it doesn't, like, the solution just kind of happens. It's something that is either... well, okay, the worst thing, and I'm sure you understand, is when you come back, and just because you try the same things that you tried before you left, and now they're working when nothing happened except like a couple of hours off, that makes me fume. When it's exactly the same thing, and you just tried it at a different time. Because the whole point of troubleshooting is to rule out things by the process of elimination, and every time the universe reinforces me for doing the exact same thing, I feel like I can no longer rule things out by elimination, because what if it works, but later? Maddening. Sometimes I literally touch grass. If I'm outside for long enough and I'm hanging out at a park, I will get all up in it. I will sit down, I will lay down, I will flop back on my back and put my hat over my face and close my eyes for a little bit. I am not somebody that stays super upright and formal in outdoor environments if I'm out there long enough. Going for a run works great too. That's the worst just happened to me with some wire installation. Laying on the grass till all the bugs choose to walk on me. The best, I have a little park blanket that's like a sort of a tarp in the bottom and like a fuzzy thing on the top that I can lay out. So even if it's wet grass, it's awesome. It's just one of those things you buy off Amazon that you're like, this is a waste of money. And then you use it for years and you're like, oh yeah, all right, sure. If I wasn't the kind of person to go lay down in parks though, it would be a big waste of money. Might be nice for camping too, if I ever go camping one day. I like how I don't go camping without a dog, but I have this idea that I'm going to have a dog and then go camping with my dog. I can't be bothered to go camping when I don't have a dog to plan for. I swear by my tortilla blanket. Her rogue's pick lock refused to work. Huh. Did text repair for 5 years of machines. Never had a rage problem. It's only when it comes to my own personal equipment. Turns out you just can't pick locks near mailboxes. Oh, what? I don't think I knew about that. ICC? ICC. I am hoping for leggings of unrelenting blood off of this next boss. Although I do need to loot this one to see if he wants to give me Midnight Sun. Where's the horde chest? Oh, it's right there. It's around the corner. That's rude. No Midnight Sun. Hello. ATT random sent me to Hellfire Citadel. Good luck. Don't think most people know. Only saw one reference to it anywhere online. I'm hoping that I just absorb that one into my subconscious, and then one day when the moment's perfect, I'll have that tip ready to go. Try picking the lock farther away from the mailbox. Do you think the LK99 superconductor actually works? I have a feeling you're not talking about a WoW thing. I will confess to being wildly out of my depth with that. I do not know what it is. I do not know if it works, and I do not know what the implications would be if it did work. I'm happy for people that are happy. I got that much. Is it one of those things where if it doesn't work, people spent like a lot of money trying to get it to work and they're like, well, oops. Boring, not blood troll transmog. It's nice enough, but... It's just research general. Yeah, I guess you've ruled some stuff out. People have been trying to get room temp and pressure superconductors to work for like 100 years. The holy grail of material science. Okay. Alright, one pair of legs. Unrelenting blood? Nope. Although I did get a Vanquisher's Mark, which is one more piece of tier I can buy, so that's something. Those legs are not druid specific, which means I can run on my rogue and my demon hunter for another 2 chances. I won't have time for it today, especially because I insist on finishing the rest of this run, because what if I get more stuff from the rest of the raid? I need some more stuff. It was a full moon last night, and I was up a bit late, so I saw it come up, and it was really bright, and it was really cool. I would love to have a property that had... I don't know exactly what kind of view would be necessary, maybe just being on a hill or something, but being able to, generally speaking, weather conditions permitting, see the moon when it's out. I like visiting it, especially when it's big and full and bright. It's kind of cool. Wonder how big your pet will be if you give it a treat. I don't think I have any on this character. Probably pretty decent size. The whelp daycare whelps, if you give those a treat, become ludicrously large. They were big to begin with, and they're very funny with the treats. I get a big kick out of that. Festergut could drop me Wrists of Septic Shock. If he feels generous. He does not. Rotface could drop me Lockjaw, which is a mace, if he's feeling generous. Superconductor is a material. Transmits energy with 0 loss. Oh, I see. Is this possible? It kind of sounds like one of those things like Perpetual Motion that is just kind of like a fun thought exercise, and you can get better, you know, I don't know. I am not scientist. I know nothing. Although there is a car that every time I walk by, it has one of those like bouncing up and down sunflowers. I'm pretty sure it's solar powered. I don't think it's actually motion powered, but that thing's always going. I do have Invincible. I'm in here for Transmog. Already possible only at extremely low temperatures. I see. Oh, I got Lockjaw. Nice. One more thing off the list. Let's go see if Putricide wants to give me a flesh carving scalpel. There's always more. I got to see lots of cool crabs at the beach. I don't know how long I spent, but a substantial amount of time hanging out by a tide pool, just watching all of the different crabs and little tiny fish and stuff that were in there. No luck there. Because the longer you would look, the more that you would see. Because they were really, really well camouflaged. So if they weren't moving, you wouldn't recognize them at first. But then after looking for a while, it just like itches itself or eats something. And you're like, oh, that's a huge crab. And then the seals are always good. I don't know if I've ever been to the beach without seeing a seal. If you stay long enough, usually a seal will come check you out. At least at the beaches that I've been going to. And they're just so cute. They just like stick their heads up like little submarines and go, what are you doing? You got any fish? You gotta tell me if you got any fish. What am I spec'd into in movement? I'm spec'd into Wild Charge. I'm gonna switch that out to Tiger Dash. Here in Maine, we have seals, otters, puffins, everywhere. Oh, I can't do it with Dash on cooldown? Is that it? Yeah, Tiger Dash is on cooldown. I need to come off cooldown, then I can change that talent. Yeah, we get bald eagles. I didn't catch it on camera, but I saw a bald eagle dive for a fish. Like it was kind of circling around for a bit, and then I saw it dive to the ocean. It didn't catch anything that I could see, but I think at that point of the day, I also had yet to catch a fish. So I was thinking, if this bird can just grab one without the benefit of any kind of gear, lines, weights, you know, jig heads, lures, any of that, this bird can just pick up a fish, then I really need to rethink my life. But it didn't get one that time. I hope it got one later. I did get a fish later. I often forget I have roar. Ooh, I also forget that I have roar. Can I apply changes now? Maybe. Oh, my water's almost out. I've been trying to identify this bird out by where I live in Brentwood. Never seen it before since living here. What does it look like? How big is it? What kind of situation do you see it in? Brentwood like Brentwood Bay? Or Brentwood somewhere else in the world? Take the 15% movement speed talent in the left column. I definitely could, wait. Oh, on nuggets. Big black bird, red head. Yeah, the Merlin bird IDs when I also use. You can have it show you a list of likely birds based on your location. Big black bird with red head. It sounds like a woodpecker. Let it specific for speeds. Yeah, I probably should have set that up. I think I still need to go upstairs, actually. Sitting in a field? Do you have any advice for no alchemy recipes showing profit even at max level? If you've done everything, you have all of the knowledge and you have your profession gear maxed out and you have your alchemy all leveled up. So not just the alchemy profession skill level, but all of the rest of it too, all of the knowledge points. And there's still nothing profitable, then you just gotta wait 6 hours and check again. I've never seen that happen before. There is always something I can make. Sometimes it's not very profitable, but it's possible that you're still missing some amount of profession skill from either your gear or your knowledge points. Oh, I got Blood Sipper. I needed that. I haven't unlocked any tier 3. No, no, not at all. I haven't even tried. It sounds expensive. I have gold, but I'm saving it for nothing. I'm hoarding it like a dragon. I do main a Drakthir, so there is that. The item I was trying for, I already passed it. I didn't get it. It was the Leggings of Unrelenting Blood from Deathbringer Saurfang. Saving for another 5 mil mount, know the feeling. Velrithia could give me Whelp Shoulders, because we got Oxheart, that's right. I don't need the mace anymore, I just need the shoulders in this difficulty. Ooh, Turkey Vulture's a good guess too. They're pretty visually identifiable, but their heads are a bit red. Definitely not red feathers though. But I see those all the time. You'll find lots of them, like kind of, they'll all kind of come in groups and start circling around a given area. ICC hits different most Shadowlands. Need that toy for my druid out of Firelands, just won't drop. Good luck. Gearing up my next alt, Shadow Priest, a lot of fun. Shadow Priest is the finest alt. You're gonna have a great time. Okay, skinned whelp shoulder guards, please. What a horrible, horrible thing for her to drop. I know she didn't personally skin them, or I'm assuming she didn't personally skin them unless there's something she's not telling us. No, don't need that. Cindergosa is just for a Vanquisher's Mark, but I need to do Lich King because of the 3 weapons that have not dropped yet. A committee, a kettle, a wake. Yeah, big birds like that. The most of the ones that I've seen are around here because I'm in Victoria. Bald eagles, which sometimes do come into town. Turkey vultures. The woodpeckers can get surprisingly big though. Don't discount how big a woodpecker can be. Maybe not turkey vulture size, but pretty chunky bird. I love the ravens at the beach. I love the ravens. They make such cool sounds. They're so neat to watch. Corvids are awesome, but ravens in particular. Maybe I just see too many crows. Anyone know why Castle Nathra is on the LFR list? There should be, you can queue for Shadowlands LFR from NPCs in Oribos. They added that in a recent patch. I don't know what the best request leveling is anymore. Oh, it's in Raid Finder. Okay, that's weird. Raid Finder. Castle Nathria. Huh. Very good question. Does anybody know? It's on the Dungeon Finder right now. Every time I'm driving out to town on the highway, beautiful birds chill in the streetlights, looking like some kind of falcon. On the streetlights? Huh. We get Cooper's hawks here, but I don't usually see them on streetlights. What a beautiful place to live, though. I'm officially jealous. Oh good, I'm revered with the Ashen Verdict. Just what I always wanted. I mean, they didn't add it that recently. It wasn't this patch that Shadowlands LFRs happened, I don't think. I think it might have been, well, I don't know, recently, but not today. It seems like a bug. I officially have AOTC on every single tank class. Oh, congratulations. That is a huge project. You are the Aberrus master. No one's done more Aberrus than you. No luck with... Oh, it was just a Vanquisher's Mark I needed. We got a Protector's Mark. Let's go try Lich King. And then after that, I'm going to need to wrap up the stream and skedaddle. Because I don't get enough chances to say skedaddle in my day-to-day life. Also because I'm hungry. Hello. You getting up? Alright, see you later. I wasn't telling you to skedaddle. I would never. Watch your head, okay? Yep, there you go. I swear she's learned the phrase watch out as a command that means I should slow down my step before I crash into something because someone is watching me and has concerns. She actually listens to it. It's quite handy, really. Not seagulls, any super common bird. Weird. Maybe those are... They're all turkey vultures. Vultures for days. I mean, if I was a vulture and I figured out that I could just camp on a streetlight on the side of the highway and just get roadkill, I would have cracked that cheat code. I would be watching it all day. Hello everyone, working my tenders as well. Nice. Alright. Maybe he'll give me... I was going to say maybe he'll give me all of them, but I think he can only drop 2 pieces. Almost Gray. By Vanelman to the exit, look in the streetlights. If I'm ever a passenger, I will. Whenever I'm driving, I am using all of my earthly energy to pay attention. Because I'm still getting a bit of driving anxiety on highways. But if I'm ever being driven somewhere, or if I'm on like a bus or something. One of the city parks had an owl problem, kept attacking people with hats on. Huh. Town decided to make a caution sign. Is Salem really the state capital of Oregon? I don't think I lived in Oregon for years and I didn't think I knew about that. Yellow diamond of a person running and an owl diving at it. I'm trying to think of a big gray bird. We're sure it's not a seagull? Bigger than the seagull? Seagulls can get pretty chunky. How did you live there and not know that? I must have missed the Oregon orientation. I wasn't distributed my reading materials. I don't think seagulls are evil. I think people can be evil. I think a lot of times people get angry at animals for doing animal things when we're the ones that changed everything and added all these new rules in the first place. Oregon notation. Owl was the Salem thing. Gotcha. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That's interesting. I like bird watching. I'm not very good at it. My vision's not that good. Even with my glasses, I can see, but distances, detail, I don't know if anybody can see that good. Mean looking stork with a big beak? You mean herons? Herons are magical. I love herons. I do my very best to stay out of their way. But they're real cool. They're shy birds. Shoebill stork. Should go get my eyes checked again. Do you do it every year? Is this an annual thing? Alright, buddy. I would like some transmog, please. Doo-doo-doo. Ooh, I got the tainted twig. I got the staff. I needed that. That will help. And then I'm going to take my mark, my Vanquisher's mark, and I'm going to go buy probably a helmet. Helmet or legs. Slowly working on the Druid transmog set. So if we go to sets, And we look for lasher weave. I'm sure that that one piece, yeah, it shows me having 2 of 8, but I definitely have the shoulders as well. So we'll do the maybe belt or gloves. Yeah, let's do gloves. Why not? Or helmet. Sanctified lasher weave helmet. Does it have? Do I have the item for it? No, but I could just get it. Lasher weave helmet. What about the cover? No. That's okay, they're cheap. And then if I delete it, it should add to the collection properly. Nice. All right, well, I don't have all the Mog, but I have more Mog than I did this morning. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to go get her back out to Foreman Thistle Nettle where she lives. We'll settle for every 5 years. Locked out of my home because a fledgling gull was trying to get inside the screen door. Oh! Goodness. I do have a very loud seagull that has taken to hanging out next door. Or just like around the building. And I call him Screecho because that's his favorite sound. And he's so loud! And he gets all the other gulls riled up. And his favorite time to do this is like 5 in the morning. But like, he doesn't know I'm trying to sleep in. It's not his problem. Oh, but it's pretty funny. Sometimes I'll wake up and I left the window open overnight to get like some cool air in the bedroom, and I'll wake up and it'll be like 5 and he'll be going off, and I will just close the window and be like, yeah, all right. Good morning, bud. Up and at it early again, yay. All right. We're going back to the dead mines. It's their time. For whatever reason, in the evenings, I always see them flying back towards the ocean, like towards the harbor, basically, towards down, like the inner harbor. I don't know what they do there at night, but they're always flying in the same direction around dinner time. Dead mines. Riding my bike home from work at about 1 a.m. Had a fox run out from the bushes. Ooh! That would startle me. I had some raccoons cross the road right in front of my car, but I had good notice and I managed to safely slow down. It was a mom raccoon leading her 2 babies across the road. And I was kind of side-eyeing her parenting skills because there was for sure a car coming. It was me. I was the car. Maybe they knew I would stop or slow down. So let's zoom on over. And we can get kill like 147 or whatever. Oh, I cannot be trusted to drive this thing. Very good. Yeah, this is where we're going. I think I have mining on this character. Yeah, I do. I've been collecting copper. And every once in a while I'll come out of the mines and I'll just like post up the copper that I have in my inventory and get like 100 gold and go, yeah, this was all worth it. That's why I'm here, right? Okay. And gloves? No, 147 attempts. He'll give them up eventually. I know. Not those gloves. Those are the wrong gloves. Okie dokie. I must be gone. I shall be back tomorrow for a Thursday morning stream. Same time, same place. I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.